Alrighty. All right.
You're getting good at that impression.
All right. Happy Monday, everybody. TGIM, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Returning for the fourth time.
And you've been on the show more than I have.
Yeah, seriously.
Porimunnat. You guys are paying me when I'm coming.
Hey, man, now they're going to say, oh, look, they're
Stepan.
paying Stepan every time he comes in.
Well, everybody, the most watched personality on your show is me.
He does have the highest ratings.
He does.
He has the highest ratings and the highest views. So I want to thank you, Mr. Stepan Partamian, the Armenian himself, for joining the WiseNuts for the fourth time.
Party, Luis.
Party, Luis. It's funny. He walks in. We have a little bit of a setup here. We put the Armenian flags and we put Tigran Meds here. And right off the bat, I had to comment.
Yes, because our history is so... Makur հայրենովսեմ որ փանչելա
Fufuchi des.
Չի ներվի մարդիկա. Our history is so full of lies. Just like our current history, like only 2 years ago, it was full of lies. So even Dikram myths, Armenians right now are so proud of Dikram myths because that's the only thing that they know of Zovid Zov Hayastan. Okay, but the guy he wasn't able to keep it for more than a very short time. And he killed his son. So we know some things on him, but we don't know everything. And we praise him. The unfortunate part is that people, Nabadagov, I think, on purpose have destroyed Armenian history. So we know nothing about ourselves except all the bullshit that we have right now.
Well, we mentioned it last week when we had Sprot on. And, you know, she mentioned as far as her being born again kind of Christian and not the... Not the, what's it called? Jehovah's Witness type of Christian, but, you know, an Armenian Christian. And we kind of touched base on how Armenian history, not Christian or Armenian, but Armenian history was destroyed after 301 AD, after Armenia basically...
That's a fact.
Yeah.
But so many people will not accept that fact. And I think the demise of us as Armenians, as a nation, happened after we became Christians, not because of the faith, but when Kirkor destroyed all the facts about who we were before. And I always say, if he was God's person and he was so proud of God, the Almighty, and all those BSs about him, he would have not destroyed all those bad things because they thought that whatever we were before Christianity, we were so bad. So right now we exist as Armenians. One person says, I'm a proud Armenian from Lebanon. Another person says, I'm a proud Armenian from Syria. Another person says, I'm a proud Armenian from Hayastan. And they're all bullshitters. And that's how ironic it is because...
So who's telling the truth?
Nobody.
Not even me and you.
Not even me and you because we don't know. We don't have any facts. If you do some research in non-Armenian cultures, you will find here and here. Like lately, I published, on Facebook, I posted something by an English writer who in 1840s has visited Middle East, Armenia, and all those things, and was fluent in Arabic. And he went and studied all the sexual habits of people in those areas, in Asia, Middle East, and Armenia, and Persia, and all those things. Kafkas, yeah. Govgas, yes, Chigam. And he has one sentence there. It says, as the national character of an Armenian, he will sell his mother. He will prostitute himself for his personal gain. But when I was growing up, when you were growing up, when each of us were growing up, they told us that we were the best people on this planet. We were the most accurate people on this planet. And then suddenly Armenia became independent. And the Gavgas people proved to us we were wrong, and they're the liars, they're the hypocrites, they'll do anything. Today's Armenian government, yesterday's Armenian government, 20 years ago Armenian government.
30 years ago Armenian government.
Well, there was no Armenian government. Well, yeah, let's say from there. They're all a bunch of assholes, liars. They would do anything to gain power and money.
It's more independent gains than anything else.
That's the destruction of this nation. I mean, throughout history, we have lost our identity and our existence so many times. And it was because the individual wanted to become better, not the nation. And the individual stepped on the nation to gain their personal gain. And nothing has changed from 301
Till now.
to 2022. Kirko Lusavric wanted to step on the Dertad and his family because his family was killed because of them. And he brought the story of Christianity. Dertad wanted to save the Armenian people, just like we are right now divided between, some people say Russia, some people say between East and West. Now we have Europe too in the middle, like Nigel wants Europe. I mean, he's so idiot, he doesn't know what Europe wants from that area. So Dertad wanted to save the Armenians from falling between the Persian gods and the Roman gods. So he said, this is a good opportunity to introduce one God idea that will unite my people. But he did it without, Armenians didn't say, oh, please, we are believing in you. Armenians were massacred. The first genocide happened to the pre-Christian Armenians by the hand of the Armenians. Kirko Lusavoric and Dertad's immediate army were the people who committed genocide on the Armenians, and they destroyed every history fact. So my issue with faith is that if you guys were so strong, you didn't need to destroy our history.
Now, you mentioned Rome. We have a comment here about Rome that Naro claims that Rome forced Christianity onto Armenia. And it was kind of like what the West, the West destroyed the history as they did it with Artsakh now. What do you say to that?
Rome forced Christianity on Armenians?
Yeah. Because you mentioned...
Why didn't they become Christians before us? See, in history, before 301, Armenia... See, Odara Moluchun, I don't know how to express it in English. We love others.
Idolize others.
Others more than ourselves. So back, it's in our DNA. In 301, in 275, 280, it was the same situation. We believed in the Roman gods and we believed in the Persian gods more than we believed in the Armenian gods. Not meaning now some idiot is going to say Stepan is like pagan. No, that was another stupidity too. Faith by itself is a stupid thing. It's like for the Amenat Degar, for the weakest individual on the planet, they need some faith so that they can feel strong because somebody else is going to do something for you. So at that time, Rome did not force us to become Christians. Rome wanted us to become following their gods. The one world order concept of so many thousand years forced Armenians to become Christian. And they massacred pre-Christian Armenians. So I disagree with him that Rome made us become Armenians.
Yeah, because if Rome made us become Armenians, then Italy
You mean
or
Christians,
Rome,
not
or,
Armenians.
I'm sorry, Christians, and that means Rome would be the first Christian nation, or Italy would be the first Christian nation.
Well, not Italy, but
Italy back
Rome.
Yeah.
And Harry's asking you to elaborate on how Grigor ended up lying to the Armenian people. What way?
He didn't lie. See, Armenians are I don't want to say things that people will be offended, but reality is
Since when did you care?
Are you pulling
I'm
back
getting,
today?
What
because
happened to Stepan?
I don't want your shows to be taken off of the
We don't
air.
give a shit about
See,
that.
I don't give a shit either. Armenians are the most pathetic people who would listen to any Odar saying whatever they have to say. If Stepan Partamian was Stepan Partman, everything I said for the last 30 years about Armenians,
We would listen to you.
oh, exactly. Well, Stepan Partman is talking about the Armenian race.
The man part was
Yeah.
important.
So Kirko Lusavoric didn't lie to nobody. He just came and he said, I'm going to take a revenge. I'm going to screw each one of you guys, and I'm going to become your king. And back in the day, the religious leader was empowered, more empowered than the political leader. Just like throughout history, the destruction of Armenian kingdoms happened in the hand of the Christian leaders.
Even in today's Armenian law, the church has a role in the...
Well, no, the Armenian government protects the Arakilagan Yegeretsi, but Gatoyagos has no interest in what's going on right now. You haven't seen him. Just like the
You
social.
haven't seen Nicole either. What's the difference?
No. Nigol is saying, "Screw you guys all. This is you. I fooled you guys. I came here. You guys didn't listen to Stepan back in 2018 when he was telling you that I'm a crook. But now I'm in power, and I'm not gonna see. I posted on Facebook saying that what the previous government did not do to Nigol as the people, he will do today to the people. You'll see in the next few days there'll be some very heavy skirmishes by the police and the demonstrators, and he's going to crush them.
Doesn't it look like an identical copy of 2018?
Well, the Badas Pana, the person who ordered what happened in 2018 is ordering
this one.
the same thing in 2022.
But then they didn't even change the script. It's like watching the same movie 4 years later.
Well, see,
Same.
you are in the West, you question that thing. But if you are in the East, you don't question. The same script has been playing on our head for
300 years.
more
I
than-
know of, 300 years.
more than for hundreds, and I can say for thousands of years throughout human history. Well, we don't give a care. See, in Hayastan, you guys know, I mentioned it on this show too, that when I left Armenia after my COVID, I had an interview over there on the air, and I said I would like to announce Armenia the capital of the liars. I mean, Yerevan to be the capital of the liars, and Armenia the country of the liars on the planet Earth. We are full of lies. My point is, we don't need to lie. Let's say we can't do it, and bring the person who can do it.
So who's the person that can do it, Stepan? Do you
I'm not talking about politics right now.
Okay.
I'm talking about human. See, like in Armenia right now, you say we want to have a soccer game to be played. Okay, it's Khana Midzanot Paregam that gets involved, and then the right person is not there. Or we need to build this building over here. Then Khana Midzanot
The
Paregam.
right person has been driven out of the country already.
No, they are right people in Armenia right now. But again, it is who's going to make the financial gain, and let it be my Khana Midzanot Paregam. This is Armenia's problem.
Well, proof is in the making, right? Who was that guy that was recently they published about him 2 days ago about the $63 million mansion? What's his name?
Oh my God, I forgot what his
Yeah.
name was.
Hacha-
Yeah.
Was it a
Khachatourian.
foreign
Hacha-
ministry? Not foreign.
no,
fi-
no.
He was
finance.
a finance minister.
Finance
Yeah.
minister.
So apparently they bought.
Former finance
So
minister.
apparently they bought that mansion for 14 million or 20 million,
Yeah.
and it was all bribed money. It was all money laundered. It was all dirty money basically, and then now it's flipped around and 63 million. What was that?
Yeah,
Was that what it
Well,
was?
that's the price I know. But
That same bastard owns about 20, 40 buildings just on Acacia Avenue in Glendale. That same
See,
piece
That's a
of shit.
specific
Section
street.
8 or-
Specific
You're-
on that
street.
street.
But
he
is it
owns-
Section 8?
No. He wants to make a full project
Okay,
out
there's
of all
na-
these properties.
we Armenians love to give lots of myths. I heard today that he owns the Mozart chocolate company in Australia too. So
Possible.
we love to grand ideas and grand lies. Now forget about who the person is. As Armenians, we need to stop lying. As Govgasahais, we need to stop lying. Yes, I am dividing Armenians into two: Armenians who are in Armenia and Armenians who are in the diaspora. I was same as a Govgasahai in 1981. I came from Lebanon over here. I was the macho Armenian in Smelav Hayechiga. But then when you accept reality, when you start using your brain and not your emotions, you look and see. Now, I don't want Hayastansis to feel that I'm dividing. I'm dividing between the stupid and the smart Armenian. And unfortunately, Hayastan has more stupid Armenians than the diaspora.
Used to be 51-49. What happened now? Where are we?
99
to 1?
Yeah, 99.
That's a high.
I would,
90
Stepan, let's be
when I
fair.
used to say 51 to 40, 49.
That was not fair.
People were telling me, "No, Stepan, already shot it." I said, "I'm not saying it. I'm just
But
winning."
But see, this is the challenge with history, especially when you go back thousands of years. I mean, even if you look back, let's say the last 30 years, it's so subjective, so controversial, so, so imagine trying to think of, or how do you figure you make statements as if like, you've read it, that's the truth, but how do you know what's the truth, whether it's about Greek or whether it's about Armenia accepting Christianity
Oh,
or
I
being
made it
forced
up.
into it, or
I made
no,
it
no,
up.
but well, you read it somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But-
no, God came to my dream and he said, Stepan, Kirkor was a bastard. I know you say
Damn,
the truth, so I want to tell it to you. God came to my dream and he was,
How come
by
you
the
didn't
way,
share that information with me?
because
You
he
didn't pray
knows
hard
that-
enough. You have
No,
to.
no,
You aren't the
Because-
chosen one.
No, no,
You're
no.
not as
No,
religious
not the
as
Armenian.
Stepan
No,
is.
because God knows that you're a bullshitter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Number
that
one
doesn't-
bullshit guy.
See this guy? See this guy? We, number one bullshit guy. Armenian fund has taken all the money and they're spending it. Or now, see? That's why God knows that you're a bullshitter.
So Stepan, you just opened a new can of worms again.
See,
Stepan, we weren't even bringing that
I,
shit up.
I wasn't going to bring it up tonight.
Well,
but
we're
if
gonna
you-
talk about it
but-
again.
but-
We're going to talk about
it.
everything, my
Of
friend.
course, yeah.
See,
We have
this
all
is
night.
wise
The-
nuts.
exactly. The beauty of...
Because you're done with foreplay with me. Because before the show, we had, we had a lot of.
no, I like them skinny. I don't
You guys,
like
you,
them.
you guys.
They exchanged
I think-
bodily fluids before the show.
I think he's got the hots for Arno.
It looks like.
No,
it.
no. Woman and only woman.
There you go.
I identify as a woman, baby.
Yeah.
Tonight, I identify as a
Only
woman.
Monday
no.
nights he's a woman.
No. I can feel, I can hear, I can smell what a woman is.
So all your senses are there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
even
my.
after COVID.
After COVID, I'm choosing to forget things
Yeah.
because life is much better
When you don't remember it.
when you don't remember it.
Exactly.
But
Because no,
Yeah.
seriously, when you look at our existence, and my existence has been being an Armenian, and when I choose to forget about being an Armenian, I'm having a better life. My blood pressure is not high. I am more relaxed. I'm 60 years old this year, and I want to live till 90. So I have another 30 years to live.
You have goals, huh?
Yeah, I chose to. Before I used to say I'm gonna die when I'm this and this and, but now I want to die when I'm 90, so that I can prove to everybody, just like I proved in 2020 that I was right and they were all wrong, and they're calling me right now one by one. In 2052, when I'm gonna still be alive, people they're gonna come and say, Stepan, you were right in 2022, you were right in 2025, you were right in 2060, and such on. It is so unfortunate that we see all those mistakes, but we don't want to talk about it. I'm just gonna give you an example. Yesterday, I went specifically to the church in Burbank, the Arash Nur Taran, where in the
St. Leon.
yeah, in the courtyard, there was an event, Armenia America Trade Expo. And I'm sure when they go back to Armenia, they're going to say,
Was it advertised anywhere?
in a few places. But because we were not important, what was important for those people to lie to the companies in Armenia that we're going to take you to America, you have to pay this much money, and then we're going to showcase you to all the greatest American companies who are going to come and have negotiations with you about your products. Okay? People who left the church after 12:30, 1 o'clock, that's when the church ends. Those are the people who approached to all those picnic area tables. They looked at them. Those people have paid money in Armenia to come over here. So now, we know it was a lie. Will anybody else talk about it except Stepan Partamian?
Probably not.
Exactly. And then Stepan Partamian is going to become the enemy of the people for saying the truth about see this guy, see this nation, the biggest bullshitter nation on this planet.
But you didn't answer my question about
Yes.
where do you get the facts about what took place 2,000 some years ago?
From non-Armenian history channels. I mean,
And
when I say
can you
channels,
name
blogs,
one?
huh?
Can you name one?
Right now, no.
So non-Armenian history channels have had documentaries on how Greek or pretty much burned our history, accepted Christianity, ruined
No,
Armenia.
you ask any priest, any Arashnot, any Gatoegos, they're going to tell you Kirkor destroyed
But what
everything. I remember since childhood when I was I went till 5th grade to Armenian school, and then after that I went to Arabic school, English-oriented Arabic school. Up to 5th grade, I knew about that thing up to my 5th grade in Armenian school.
Right, and I've heard that growing up too. But let's forget about what took place 2,000 years ago. Even if we look at, for instance, let's look at what's happening now. Whether it's what took place in Artsakh or what's happening in Ukraine or anything, how many perspectives? If you watch 20 different news channels, if you watch 20 different documentaries, they all have their motive. So which one is the truth?
Well, I don't have any motives, and I don't give a shit. Just like
No, I'm not saying your motive, but to even, let's say,
every human being has the brain
right,
to do his or her research on whatever topic they want, and they're gonna find so many sources talking from different perspective of what the issue is. I'm just gonna bring an example right now. To every American in the United States, they're bombarding the idea of Russia is 8% petroleum of the U.S. consumption. If 8% brought the price of petroleum from $3 to $7, imagine if Russia was 50% of petroleum supply to the U.S.
We'd be paying $20 a gallon today.
Exactly. So
Easy.
So it is the biggest bullshit by the U.S. Petroleum companies.
well, I posted their profits today, and that's what I don't understand. If petroleum has become more expensive to produce, or we're buying it at a higher price, then how the fuck are their profits? They have record profits. That means the price they get it is the same. It's just we as the consumers are getting
Exactly.
right.
Another issue is that the U.S. government has the biggest reserve of petroleum on the planet, because the U.S. government's strategy is that every petroleum country will be emptied from their petroleum, and we will have petroleum. Suddenly, today's government, like this week, announced that they're going to release from the U.S. reserve of the petroleum to send it to Europe. Our prices here at $7 per gallon, but we're sending petroleum to Europe to fight against. See, society has turned into. I mean, I care about Armenia and Armenians. That's why my point is about Armenians are liars, but humanity has turned into a bunch of lies. Everything is based on lies and lies and lies.
That's why I'm asking you, how do you know what the truth is? Because I don't know what the truth is.
Okay, go ask your nearest religious person.
Well, we've had, for example, Vahan Setyan, who's a pretty.
Yeah, he talks with facts too.
He's a historian, right?
Yeah.
Is his PhD in history? I forget what
No,
it was
his
in.
PhD
No.
is something.
It's something else.
Something else? Okay.
Yeah.
So
But he's a historian. He goes in, he reads about the history not only through Armenian
I don't
historians.
read. I just listen to my girlfriends. Whatever they tell me, I come
Stepan,
and tell
how many
them.
do you have at this point?
Girlfriends?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, lots of them.
No, let's get an accurate
Well,
number.
see,
Come on,
here is
Stepan.
the problem. What is the definition of a girlfriend?
There's so many ways to look at a girlfriend.
Is a girlfriend that
you
you
can't-
sleep with? Is a girlfriend that you just talk
you
about
can't
issues?
put a girl in front of anything anymore. It's just a friend.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. you have to
What
be-
if she's a binary friend?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Stepan.
politically, yeah.
How many of those do you have, Stepan?
Which ones?
Binary.
Binary friends.
I have a lot.
Yeah. Good.
I like.
Good.
See, even the way my life has been a pleasant one because I love lots of stuff. When I sit down to eat something, I don't eat one item. I like to have like 4 or 5 different things on the table.
That's
to
bad
Eat.
for your health.
I know what I'm eating. You can have vegetables, 10 different type of vegetables. Each one tastes differently, and enjoy life.
Portion control.
Yeah.
Portion control.
We do have a good question here. Vosgan was asking,
Which Waskin?
one of our viewers.
Oh, okay. I thought.
Stepan, do you think no, not heartbeat. Heartbeat's our buddy. Do you think the Bible was hijacked by the Jews before published?
No, it wasn't hijacked. Who hijacked it from whom? The Bible was written some 300 years after Jesus' death.
Who can explain that 300 years?
Nobody. It's like, who can explain Harry Potter's stories today? It was another Harry Potter successful story back in 300. Back 1700.
But
or
you see, you can
1800
claim
years
that
ago.
about anybody. You can claim that about your friend Grigor. You can claim that about.
No,
Tigran.
Oh, I mean,
no,
Tigran.
Neither Kirkor nor Dikran are my friends.
Well, Tigran in Shabbat. How do you?
See,
It didn't work.
you want me to say the bad words? Göt veranim meganer. Makur hayerenov. I'm using Turkish
what
words.
was that?
I'm using Turkish words because in the near future, our national language is going to turn into Turkish. If Nigel continues doing his stupidity.
Do you think we're going to lose our language?
we're gonna become.
How long do we have till Armenian is gone?
We have two choices. One is the Armenistan Wilayet. The other one is the Ruski whatever.
Which do you prefer?
I don't prefer any of them.
So what's your final?
I
Where
believe
should we go? Our people are
United States of America.
No. Let me ask you.
Leave
this.
Armenia?
We're already out of Armenia.
No. But
You
I mean,
and
as
I are
far-
out of
Yeah,
Armenia.
exactly.
But the people in Armenia.
Well, they want to leave too. Just for your information, every human being in Armenia
What have I
wants to
said?
leave too.
What have I said?
Because it's not Serge or Robert or Levon. It is Nigel right now. See, in society, when you are not content with, when you're working 12 hours a day and you're making $5 the whole day, but we as Armenians come and say, our country is the best country. We as human beings are the best human beings. We care about each other. But when the common person is going and working in Armenia in any of the stores, he or she is making $5 a day. So the minute we solve that issue, then people want to stay in Armenia. Otherwise, աղբեր Հայաստան Ամերիկային լսեցի $3000 գնես ամիսը. They don't know the expenses because they're making. I had few of people that I know who went to look for a job and they were offered 28,000 dirham a month to become a cook in a restaurant.
28,000. That's it. That's $60, no?
A month. A month. That's how fucked up Armenia is. Oh, տրախտի վրա ամենագեղեցիկ տեղը, երկրի վրա ամենակ ապրելու, ես հոտ պիտի ապրիմ. You know why? Because you're taking your $2,000 from America or you're receiving your social security over there and you live like a king. But in reality, the 2 million people living in Armenia, probably it's going down right now more and more, okay? Unless you are in certain businesses, programmers, blah, blah, you're dealing with outside countries, you're making good money. But that doesn't help the value of life in Armenia because the common person outside of Yerevan living in all these suburbs, all this distant, like 1 hour, half an hour, 45 minutes away, when their monthly income is not more than $100. Okay, that's not a country. India has more people who make more money in their 1,300,000,000. Okay, that's the poorest, one of the poorest countries that we don't care about, but we do care about Armenia. The minute the social values, not social value, economical values become a standard in Armenia of somebody making more money in the same job they're doing, that country will have a better solution. Now, so many people say, Stepan, you always complain you don't give solutions. I've been saying this thing for almost 15 years. Don't be proud of Armenia because it is my homeland. No, be proud of Armenia when an Armenian citizen, and Chagevdevats, Habard, proud Armenian citizen, is making a decent money to live.
So
I have 25 students right now that I'm paying $1,600 to $3,400, okay? In Yerevan, okay, whose family they make like $200 a month. And those kids want to get education because they know without education, they're going to go and work in one of those stores who are going to give them only $50 a month to work there.
And these are medical students you're talking about.
No. I only have 6 medical students and the rest are Yerevan State, like their history, language, political science, want to become a lawyer, they want to become politicians, they want to become all the education. Okay.
Now, the businesses that you're mentioning, are those businesses making enough money to pay proper wages?
Oh, definitely. Yes, definitely. Definitely they're making enough money. See.
So they're just keeping the profit, paying $1,600 a month. That's it.
200, I think 300. One of the most paid companies are Armenia is full of gambling companies, like computer-based gambling and all that.
Yeah.
They're the biggest, when you go to Yerevan, the whole advertisement on the street is that. A country that somebody makes $50 a month is surrounded with the concept of you can gamble and you can become millionaire. And then the government has posted new signs next to all those signs saying that you can't become Trump չեսկնար վաստակել as խաղերը խաղալու մեջը.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the same government, the people in that government are part of those same companies.
Nah, a Hayastani is a crook.
Not all, Stepan.
Okay.
Not all.
75% of business owners in Armenia are crooks.
You know better than I do because you've been there more often than I have, so I'm not going to argue.
Everybody, we all work to make money. We want to make money. But then that's why governments come in and say, you know what, you're going to make money, but you're going to pay more money for your people who are working for you. That's why there are unions, there are restrictions. Right now, what is $15 an hour is minimum wage.
Yes.
Okay. What is Armenia's minimum wage? Yeah, government goes, "Ashchap kumar betke vastagek." I know people making 3,000 dirham a day. Okay, so they work 5 days a week. They're making
That's $6 a day.
Yeah. Hari, Luis. This is your country. This is your country. This is my country. I'm not born there, but people have, when I was growing up, they said, you're an Armenian. So when I became an Armenian, every Armenian issue becomes close to my heart. So if an Armenian, how much doctors make in Armenia? Do you know?
Very little.
Exactly.
Maybe $500-$600.
How much teachers make in
That's
Armenia?
it, $500-$600.
Yeah,
Doctors and nurses don't make a lot of money.
exactly.
Elina's aunt, who's a registered nurse, exact same job as my
Yeah.
wife.
Mhm.
Let me put it to you this way: the amount of money my wife makes in an hour,
She makes the whole month.
she makes the whole month.
Exactly.
No.
It can't be.
I'll bet.
No.
See, this
Yes.
is the reality that
As a
Armenians.
nurse,
As a registered nurse,
so she makes
is
like
the
60,
reality.
$70 a month.
she makes
Exactly.
roughly $60 to $80 a month.
Exactly.
No way.
And
I'm not
nobody
kidding
wants,
you. I'm
nobody
not
wants
kidding
to
you.
talk about it. Nobody.
She's
wants
a
to
registered nurse, bro. She's
So
a-
imagine.
Yo, we
if-
need to open a hospital. in
okay,
Armenia,
no,
dude.
no.
See,
See, another crook Armenian. See, this guy, we biggest
Number one bullshit guy.
number
Thank
one
you, thank you,
bullshit
thank
guy.
you very much.
Right away, you see, it's
It's
you-
instinct.
you-
I bet it comes from the
it's-
Soviet times, bro.
it's like
you gotta.
if you
No,
were
no, no, no,
born-
no.
He's a
I used-
Soviet child.
no, no.
It's like, whoa.
I
it's
used
like,
to
whoa,
say,
we had
wait,
a-
wait.
I'm anti-Soviet.
I
That's
used-
the
I
same
used-
part.
$64 an hour,
Okay,
bro.
I used to say it was from Soviet times. Now I know that it is not from Soviet times. It is from our DNA.
But here's the
I was
challenge
joking,
that.
man. You guys seriously believe me?
But
Shut the hell up.
for example, let's
I
say,
can't afford a hospital.
you know what the concern is. For example, let's say, for instance, let's say if we opened up this large healthcare facility here, hospital, whatever you want to call it, in the U.S., say Glendale, okay, Hollywood, wherever.
We're building museums. We're busy.
And if we had here's my concern. If we had the opportunity, for instance, to bring these registered nurses or physicians from Armenia,
There were organizations doing that.
and the problem that I find, even if we did that,
they don't want to go back.
that person will come here. No, even if they want to stay, that's fine. Let them come stay. But I promise you, her making $80 a month will come here. For instance, if I pay her $50 a month, an hour,
Yeah.
6 months later, once she's settled in,
She'll
somebody
leave.
will offer her 55 and she'll leave.
It's human
They will-
instinct.
I just
It's
mentioned
not- it's-
DNA, our Armenian DNA.
Read that super.
Arno,
chat
thank
real
you for the super chat for the $10 donation. Arno says, if Nico stays, we lose our land to Turks. Kocharian comes, we become Russia. No more Armenia within 10 years max. Monte said in 92, the day we lose Artsakh is the day we lose Armenia.
I agree with Monte. As far as
Do you
what
agree with Arno or no?
as far as what happens, I'm more lenient towards, because Russia right now, Russia has the same bullshit status as Armenia. Lots of lies and nothing actual happening. There's more possibilities for the pan-Turanism idea to be executed in the region.
Pan-Turkism.
Yeah, pan-Turanism, pan-Turkism. And Armenia becomes an independent
Vilayet.
vilayet within the Turkish. Azer is not going to allow them to survive, okay? Because you don't have any protection there. I mean, right now, Nigol and Nigol's followers are saying we can coexist together. But the guys are, even right now, they're like saying, we're going to kill you, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And just recently, I think Turkey and Greece started to have a fight, and Turkey was threatening Greece because of some of the islands. It's in their blood. It's either them or nobody.
So I mean, what confuses me is the people watching the news, the people following what's going on. It's like you're seeing Turkey and Azerbaijan saying, no matter what, no matter what happens,
we're gonna fuck you.
Yeah, and they still turn around and say, no, Nigol is our savior. Yeah. Good will. It's like what? Where are these? What's going on in their head?
Okay, let me put it this way, and so many people, they're gonna be mad at me. Armenians like to get fucked. Okay, makur hayran ovesem hayra gisiren kumvil. They don't know how to fuck.
Stepan Laveli.
That's reality. Now, Nigol goes to Europe with Aliyev so that the European Union negotiates.
It's a good thing we don't drink when you're here.
Because then they'll blame the alcohol, bro.
No, see, right now, I don't give a damn about what happens, because not what happens to Armenia. That's why I'm expressing the way I'm talking, is because I think throughout history, where so many times we have disappeared and came back. Now, do you know that the European Union has put out a statement saying that Azerbaijan is a very important ally for them because of petroleum and gas?
Yes, there's more
and
to
this statement was way before all those things. Now, how stupid can you be as a Nick goal, you know, my NIK and then the football goal.
Yes.
Okay. To go to Europe and say, European Union, please talk to him. Let's work this thing out together. This guy wants his petroleum. What can I offer to him? Nothing.
Nico's wife.
Let's not go there right now. Let's be more serious right now. Nothing. So Arno is more interested to please, what's this?
Armand.
Armand.
This bullshit guy?
This bullshit guy?
You can call me Hopad. It's okay.
Okay. Armand has more interest to please him than to please me, because I have nothing to bring to the table. But yet, still, they think that Europe is going to... And then what happened? Putin Babik, sitting in Moscow, he goes, Nigol, Aliyev, come over here. Come.
Yegur lan.
Yegur. Why do you go and talk to Arno? Don't you know I'm the...
mediator.
I'm the king. Not fuck you guys, mediator. I'm the... Whatever I want happens in Kafkazistan. Okay? I mean, if Stepan Partamian, who knows nothing about politics, can explain these things, how come Nigol doesn't know about it?
So you're talking two options. Either Armenia goes towards pan-Turkism.
It doesn't
or
go.
You go.
It's forced to go in.
Forced into pan-Turkism, or they go under Putin Papik.
Okay, just like
there
Hawaii.
There is no third option.
You know how Hawaii became the 50th state of United States of America? They kept their culture, their language, but the official language in Hawaii is English.
Correct.
Okay. So Armenistan becomes an independent suburb or something because because they want Zangezur, all that thing, to be part of Azerbaijan. And they're calling Yerevan as very important for Azerbaijan than to Armenia. So it becomes, we will have some Armenians there who have their church. Okay? You can... Yeah. So you can have your hymns singing in Armenian. You can have your Arunotorosh, Mertashnaksutyan, or you can have Pan. No, that's not. No, Adangalani Kasazgala. Then you can have Imkail. Yes, Bidikalem, Tum Bidikale, Sam Bidikale, Menkakaleng, Mengurjene. You're going to have those things. Okay? I don't know. So, but then your official language is going to become Turkish. Anyhow, your culture is Turkish right now in Armenia, with all those popular singers that your people are following. They're singing the Azerbaijani Mugham and the Turkish Mugham. And we are so proud telling our next generation, this is your culture. So assimilation has started. Now it's only a matter of officially to do it. Now, Putin Babik doesn't want that thing to happen because he wants to have a grip on Armenian Plateau, Armenian Highland, and the
Putin Popik looks at Armenia as completely something different than you think. We're just a buffer zone for him and NATO. That's all he gives a shit
that's
about.
why he wants it. What
That's it. Nothing else. He
Exactly.
doesn't give a shit about Armenia.
And then the best solution, not the best, but one of the most Armenia friendly will be Iran.
That's exactly the way
Because
I think.
Iran doesn't want Turkey to surround Iran with that all Turkic republics and try to squeeze them.
It's
So
more
if
than
anything,
that, Stepan.
if anything is going to happen to the benefit of the Armenians, is the Iranian Islamic Republic is going to help.
That's the only thing left. Because don't forget, those Turkic countries you're talking about are also using weapons from Iran's arch nemesis, Israel.
Yeah. So we
Right?
are.
So Israel wants to get closer and
Yeah.
closer and closer to Iran.
During this asshole's time, okay, that we're Zovit Zov Hayastan, and right now a 5-year-old kid is going to be so proud that 2,000 years ago, 2,000 some 70 years ago, whatever, we had Zovit Zov Hayastan by this asshole. Okay, so now your next generation is already diluted, gone.
Stepan, you're saying 2,000 years ago, you're calling this gentleman an asshole.
Yeah,
What he left us 2,000 years ago, we've lost 90% of it.
he didn't.
More, 93% of it.
He didn't leave us anything. He became weak, and then people started taking control of it. Just history does that thing. A king comes, takes all those things, and then when he's weak, you come and say, "No, this is mine. This is mine. This is mine." He killed his own son because his son wanted to kill him so that he can.
His son was a traitor, right?
He's an Armenian, che?
That's true.
So was it an internal collapse that happened?
Yeah.
Same thing we're seeing again.
Right now. Right now is.
Levon Papa, Nicol Taga, sort of close.
It is aperes yes imanum em tunches imanum. Let me take care of those things. Okay. Every Hayastansi right now knows how to survive in that region. But then when they become in power, they suddenly see that there are two major powers, Turkey and Russia, and they're trying to see who they're gonna sleep with, unless they're gonna have a threesome. Sergarzika.
See, every summer there's a bunch of Armenians that go to Armenia for obviously traveling for tourism, right?
Yeah. One of them is me.
One of them is you. And the great thing about this podcast is everything's being recorded, everything's being documented, everything's going to be on YouTube, Facebook, everything. But what is the fate of Armenia at this point? I mean, will there be an Armenia for us to go to and take our children?
Yeah.
It's sad that you
That's
think
like
of
you're going to
Armenia as a
Hawaii.
place.
No.
Bro,
but
why do you think of Armenia in that
No,
sense, though?
because
How does that make us Armenian?
because
if that's what you
my
think?
concern is this. My concern is the guy who's sitting as president right now is literally
Not
just,
president.
or I'm sorry, our prime minister,
Prime minister.
or who's sitting as prime minister is literally handing over Armenia on a silver platter.
You're in Armenia. What are you doing about it?
Well,
Same as me. I'm not trying to blame you. I'm saying, what are we doing about it? We are also the same people that were gathered in front of Glendale City Hall.
we only talk.
2018,
See,
just 4 years ago.
we like to talk. We like to talk. We don't take actions.
Exactly.
There is a small audio file right now is roaming all over internet right now, where on my last show I said, just like the way Tehlerian assassinated Talat Pasha, somebody needs to take action against today's leaders.
That's it. Today's leaders.
Today. Now, when the others were
Come on,
leaders,
Stepan. Really?
I am a liberal person, and I don't think there's no other Armenian who's as liberal as I am. But there is a place where it comes to national identity and the borders of Armenia and the existence of Armenia turns me into this non-liberal, into, I'm not going to say conservative because I'm not, but turns me into a fascist. Okay?
That's not fascism. That's your heart speaking. There's no fascism there.
Nationalistic, right now we don't have nationalist leaders in Armenia.
Brother,
Not even Tashnak Sagans are nationalists today.
no, of
Okay.
course not.
If
If Dashnaks were able to stand on their own feet in Armenia, I would support them. But being behind, not even next to,
Nah.
being behind Robert, you're not getting my support.
forget about Robert. Nah.
No, you can't forget those scums. You can't forget the scumbags.
You know, in Israel, for how many years they did not have a government?
They don't-
4 or 5 years with the, what's his name? Netanyahu.
Netanyahu.
Elected, not elected. He was in the
It's
power.
a
He was
big game.
Okay, exactly. But has Israel lost its borders? Has Israel given an inch of its borders to the enemy?
No.
They've been sitting on Julan Heights for this long. Have they given? No. We Armenians, we are trying to fuck each other because we don't like what you did 10 years ago, what you are doing right now. But as we're fighting each other, we are losing the borders. I mean, I'm just publishing a book about Armenian churches and monuments in Artsakh, and I have the first official map by government official, I mean not government, but archaeologists who are showing exactly what we had and what we have right now. You can't believe that is reality in Artsakh. 30 years ago, was it today or yesterday? No, today is the Shushi Azadakman Daretarsin.
Today. Yes, today.
Okay.
It's Victory Day, actually.
Well, Victory Day with the Soviet and then Shushi's Azadakruma, Yeresun Dari Arach. And now people are still talking about, you know what we did 30 years ago? Assholes, 2 years ago you gave Shushi without fighting.
Now, let's go back to 2 years ago. The same people that lost Shushi, see, some generals turned in their medals who had fought for Shushi in 94, 95 to bring it back to Armenians. Those generals turned in their medals after they lost Shushi
because
this time.
Armenian,
but some of them actually took a higher position.
Because Armenians are a bunch of beneficiaries of their own lies. In any other country, if there was a revolution, the army will step in and take over certain things. But because our Haigagam Panagna, they're bunch of Khanamizanut Paregam, the whole Hayastan, that Hayastan meaning Persian in Armenian is Avan, that whole Hayavan Hanrabeduchun is about personal gain. By now, the Armenian army
doesn't change anything.
No. Human mentality, human մարդկային մտածելակերպը Հայաստանի մեջ պետք է փոխվի. We need nationalistic new leaders, not the ones from the old parties or the new ones. Okay, we need an army, that general who's going to step up and say, all of you guys down the drain, we're going to kill you all. Just like it happened in Singapore. Singapore didn't become overnight the best country on this planet. The guy took all the oligarchs and all the government officials who have stole from the government and had a regiment to kill them or destroy them.
Perfect.
Okay, that's what Armenia.
So where's that country today?
Al-Sam, I think we're answering your question now. Thanks for the $10 super chat donation. He was asking what are the actions that we need to take, and you guys are covering that now.
Well,
we ran into it.
Զայրահեղություն կհամարի, քանի որ մենք առաջին քրիստոնյա ազգ ենք, եւ մենք մարտահրավերություններ չենք կատարել. On a daily basis in Armenia, if you fool somebody by $10,000, he will kill you. I mean, all the killings in Armenia that has happened, it's about somebody borrowed money from someone and didn't pay it back, and then they sent somebody to kill that thing.
You know what's ironic to me is, as it is, we don't have enough numbers. We have a war at our borders, yet we're killing each other within. It's astonishing to me.
That's why you go back to Stepan Partamian of before 2000, when he said that country is not going to turn into any first world country, and since we are scattered all over the world, let's become nationalist and penetrate every government, every country's government, to benefit the Armenian identity on planet Earth, not that
we're failing at it miserably. Today they removed the Armenian genocide memorial in Germany.
Well, they moved it a couple days ago, but that's another Armenian stupidity. Because
Where's the foreign relations?
No, wait. There was no permit taken for it.
Stepan, come on.
Permit to build it in the first place?
How long has that been sitting there?
A year or two.
You're telling me that city didn't remove it the last year or two? This is bullshit. That's Turkish lobbying at its finest.
Okay, they saw they saw the loophole there, that there was no permit for that thing. They asked them to remove it. Okay, Himak in Glendale, let's go and place a monument without a permit. What's going to happen? So now we love to give excuses for our stupidity. Okay, let's accept that we are stupid so we can learn and become smart. That's our problem. Amote haya abushkir na Allah. She addıgan ince heradesilengyse abushim mege bidillas yete imzirakirish chitides. They take it literally. Some person called me and said, "You mean if I don't watch your show, I'm stupid?" I said, "You're calling me and asking about that, you're stupid."
Well, they called you and ordered pizza as well.
Well, I told him, "Sorry, Luis."
Arno, thanks for another $10 super chat. Arno says or asks, what makes you believe the regime after Nikol won't bend over to Putin or to Turkey?
Oh, I didn't say they're gonna bend. They're not gonna do it. It's gonna be the same thing.
He's hoping they don't, Arno. So he's hoping they don't.
So if we have nothing to offer to the world and no military, according to Arno,
Yeah.
whether we bring a new guy in, not from the old regime, or
Only nationalism will
no,
save Armenia.
Makruchun önersemediler. You have to clean up yourself.
Filtre.
In Armenia, after COVID, I had an interview and I said, minimum 50,000 government officials and oligarchs should be shot in the Harabarak. Then you will have a country.
do we have that many?
Oh, you have more?
We have
officials?
40,000 Turks within, 100%.
No. I'm talking about like we have that
Well,
many government officials in Armenia. 50,000.
Oh,
with
there's
the
more
oligarchs
government
and-
officials than some
For-
European
for-
countries.
So basically, public assassinations.
No, you're gonna no. Orenko bidillah. You stole or Khachadurian, che? He stole money. You tell him you stole the money.
I think Khachaturian, it was
Okay.
PPP money. It wasn't stolen from
Okay.
Armenia.
No,
Now,
no.
here is another situation.
SBA.
Have you guys read the news on that thing, champ?
Yes.
A businessman gave him $20 million so that he will not pay taxes to the Armenian government.
Correct.
So the bribe was 20 million. So imagine how much the taxes will be. Okay. Has anybody asked the question, who the fuck that businessman who gave $20 million
Is.
Because he's still in power right now over there in Armenia.
Or how about this? Where the fuck did you get the $20 million?
Well, he's a businessman.
No. Businessman
and-
this is the minister of
The
finance
minister-
we're talking
I know,
about.
but
What do
he,
you mean?
he received $20 million in bribes so that he will not tax certain company
in Armenia.
in Armenia. Now, why is it that now we're talking about Khachadurian and we're not talking about that businessman who's Michnort, they're giving a name of the Michnort, who gave the 20 million?
Hunter Biden? Or he wasn't involved, no? No, that's Ukraine, sorry.
No, okay? So this is how stupid Armenians are. Now everybody's concentrating. Yeah, he's a crook. Khachadurian is crook. His family is crook. There are so many stories about how he made his money. Okay? But nobody's asking that the guy who gave $20 million so that he will not pay taxes. Who is he? Why hasn't he been right now being
Why
arrested?
isn't his name out in public?
Exactly. Because Khanami Zanot Paregam goes until today.
Varej, who actually moved to Armenia a few years ago, he says we have approximately 200,000 government employees in Armenia. That's basically 10% of the population that works for the government.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
And
Yeah.
Varej is suggesting that, what was the number?
Public assassination?
No,
Well, there's no
No,
scope
he's
of
suggesting-
ethics over there.
he's suggesting 20 to 50,000 Armenians, if they moved from the diaspora every year back to Armenia, then
Well-
over time we could fix this issue. But
Well, that idea was my idea when I said in one day, today 1 or 2% is moving to Armenia. I said in one day, if out of the 7 or 8 million diaspora Armenians, the nationalistic ones move to Armenia and they're backed up with their survival over there, okay, overnight Armenia will turn into a better place. And the proof for that
The number has to be so big. Stefan.
exactly. Well, I'm telling 1 million. I'm talking about 1 million. The full fucking country has 2 million population. Over 70% are crooks. When I say crooks, I mean in all caliber. Of,
That's on paper, by the way.
yeah, they just want to make money. So you move another million over there who don't care about making money, the country will change. But then there is this Hayastansi attitude towards the Akhbars.
We're still considered
Oh, yeah.
Akhbars?
Yeah.
Still?
Okay, because they know everything and you know nothing.
Guys,
See-
like and share and subscribe to the WiseNuts and to Stepan Partamian, who's also
No,
linked
I
here.
don't care if they. I don't care for them to
No.
subscribe. No, I
Ser
don't.
teramo vasi.
I don't make money from them.
But-
I make money from other things.
But like and share.
The
guys.
CIA, the
like, share, so
KGB,
your friends
the-
can.
the
make
Israeli
money off of
All the
Mossad.
3-letter words, basically.
Yeah, all the
You make money
they-
off of those guys.
Yeah, they send me money to bash Armenians.
Okay.
And then
so that's where I was taking this.
Yeah, the most money I receive is from God. He gives me lots of money because he goes, Stepan, as avanaknere arachin Kristonia askenen, they're making me look like stupid. They don't practice what I'm telling them to do. So Stepan, please go
Fix this.
Wake them up. You know, I did a skit on Facebook one day from the hospital when I had a heart issue. So I said, God came to me and before I was going to do operation. So I'm going to turn that thing into a monologue. God is talking to Stepan and why God does not take Stepan to heaven.
At least not yet.
30 years.
30
Stepan.
years.
30 years from now, yeah.
So you believe in heaven, though?
Heaven is here, planet Earth. Heaven is where I am. Heaven,
Where's hell?
I don't care. There doesn't exist.
So wait, you believe in heaven but not hell?
I'm just joking with you. I told you. Heaven is here right now. This office, this room is heaven because we are freely expressing without anybody telling us, you can't say this, you have to be politically correct and such on. That's where heaven
Shahid
is.
wants to know
Beautiful. Beautiful.
why does God have an accent the way you speak?
Oh, yeah, because God is Armenian and there are too many language, so he doesn't know how to speak all of them because he did not create all the accents.
Yes.
Okay, God is
But
Armenian.
God speaking Armenian. Right?
Yeah. God doesn't know Turkish. He doesn't know Anana Avradin Sikim. God doesn't say anything like that.
Guys, there's some questions about.
Let me tell you something. In 2 weeks, I have Kini Fest coming.
We'll get
We'll
to
get
that.
to Guinea Fest.
that.
We'll
We'll get there.
We'll get to
Don't
Guinea
worry.
Fest.
Oh, I'm becoming a higher stance. I need to push my products.
We already know you do everything with our taram, so don't worry.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll
No,
get
we'll,
into
we'll get into Guinea
we'll
Fest.
get into the finance.
Listen.
By the way, do you know a good sommelier? We've been having the show for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
We can't get a good sommelier. on.
Lots of them.
Really?
An
An actual one.
actual sommelier,
Yeah,
not somebody who's had 2 bottles of wine in
Yeah,
their
somebody who had
lifetime.
like kavat wine and says, "This is pomegranate. This is grape."
No.
Somebody who knows.
Actually, this Sunday I have the virtual Kini Fest on YouTube and Horizon from 8 to 10. And we have so many sommeliers talking from different parts of the country. But you guys remember when I did the Kini Fest last year, next day I published my finances of that.
Of course, we remember.
Okay. So May 23rd, you guys are going to see how much money I made from Kini Fest
This year.
this year.
This year's more profitable, I'm guessing.
Oh, definitely.
Well, last year at Castaway was very well organized.
Is
Okay.
it at Castaway this year?
Yeah,
again?
this year is Castaway.
Are you in the same courtyard?
No, it's the courtyard, the Starlight Ballroom, the Verdugo Room, Mountain View Room, and the smoking area. So it is much
So it's
bigger.
the whole complex.
So
this
smoking
time.
room hookah is going to be there? Or?
Fuck hookah. Gilgalagi Zoner Chigan. No,
Cigar only.
cigar and cigarettes because Castaway only allows
I know.
one area for the smokers. And I know that, I don't smoke, and I know smokers are addicted, so we need to facilitate for them too.
What did you want to?
We have some people want to know if you have an OnlyFans page.
Somebody created a fan page and then passed it on to me. I don't use it that much. I
don't think you understand the
You
question.
didn't understand
It's
the
not
question,
a Facebook
Stepan.
fan page.
Listen to what he's saying.
what?
Say it again.
OnlyFans.
He doesn't know what an OnlyFans
Oh,
is.
you don't know what
I am phober. I don't understand. I come. I don't care about fucking, mucking, sucking. I care about Armenia. So only explain
See,
to me.
That's the thing. Like,
Probably
the modern generation will try to insult him in a way like, do you have an OnlyFans page? But
Yeah.
it's like trying to insult him by saying you're a bad Christian.
Okay.
For him, it's
So
kind
what-
of like
explain to
He doesn't
me
give
in
a shit.
Okay.
Makur Hayren.
You know what OnlyFans is? Stepan?
No, I'm a
Explain
60-year-old.
to him.
okay. OnlyFans was created a very long time ago. It was basically created for more
A
of like
very
a
long time ago.
well, call it a
Wait,
couple.
Oh, you mean like I only masturbate? I don't have porn.
It was created about
You're
4 or 5
close.
years ago,
Yeah.
and it was created for more of like an office environment sort of thing where they kind of exchange office ideas, and then it became like more of like an artsy thing where they exchange artwork, and you could post artwork, and then you can go in there and you could say, "Oh my God, I love your artwork. Here's $20." You know, now
It's bigger than
people have taken advantage of
Oh,
it.
so you share your girlfriends?
So no. Your girlfriend goes on there and she shares herself naked and says, "Give me $500 and I'll show you my breasts."
Oh, so probably his girlfriend does that thing.
that. We don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, probably his girlfriend does that, or his mother does that thing. So,
We don't know.
but good for them. They make good money.
They make really
See?
good money.
Yeah,
Stepan.
just like let me go to this character on. I posted it on my Facebook.
Who was it?
That British guy in 1845 who said an Armenian or prostitute, just as their national character, an Armenian will prostitute for themselves for personal gain. I'm just gonna try to.
And this is in the 1800s.
Yeah. I mean, there are so many things like that about Armenians, but we մենք առաջին քրիստոնյացենք, մենք չենք քունվիր, ոչ ագուքունենք, այլ բարձաբես իրարու կհանդիմանենք. Here, it's going to come up shortly.
Those same words were in the article. Verbatim.
Where is it? About
I agree with John Black. People don't go to college.
Now,
But don't open OnlyFans either.
Last month you went on a posting spree.
Oh, here. The erotic traveler.
Uh-huh.
Whoever wants to have his wife or his girlfriend or his mother do the same thing. Sir Robert Barton was one of the earliest British people who learned, instead of learning Latin, he learned Arabic. And he studied the Quran. And then he translated Lawrence of Arabia to Arabic. He translated Kama Sutra into Arabic. And then he went on a research to Middle East and Africa and all those places, studying sexual behavior of ethnic people or people in those areas.
Okay.
And in his book, I ordered the book, I have it. On page 51, there's only like 2 lines. Like it talks about how like Turks like boys and such on. He says, the Armenian as their national character will prostitute themselves for gain, but prefer women to boys. So this is, and suddenly everybody started writing under, no, don't punchiga, asmar to inka hayra chisirer. Somebody has studied other people too, and studied us too. And then when right now you see what's going on in Armenia, you see how every Armenian politician is prostituting themselves for their personal gain. So there's reality in the fact, but not today, not yesterday, some 200 years ago, and some 3,000 years ago, some 2,000 years ago, some 1,000 years ago. I don't know.
It's sad though. I mean,
But that's reality. So now, my point is this, solution. Let's accept the fact and let's not be that. But Armenians, what they do is they start fighting you. No, menga nangcheng, menga nangcheng, menga nangcheng. Եղբայր, գամ, եղած է, չէ? Հիմա աչքի սարչերնից է. We see what's going on in Armenia. Let's accept that we will do anything to gain for our personal gain. That's a human character. Okay? But let's start bringing nationalism into our existence, which we don't have. Because Askayin Yegeretsi, the national church, understanding Hasketsovutjuna, has ruined our national identity. Armenian church, they call themselves national church.
yes.
Hypocrisy. Christianity does not accept any national identity. So here is another lie. But it's been going on, and people tell you about that thing. I respect you to be a Christian. I respect you to be a Muslim. I respect you to be a Jew. It's you and your inner world that you want to be that. But don't say that whatever you're doing is for the benefit of the nation.
Ara has a suggestion. Ara says, since the diaspora makes up 80% of Armenians around the world, you don't think it's time that the diaspora adopted its own agenda, gain recognition as a sovereign entity of the Armenian people to undertake practical steps designed to preserve Armenian civilization?
I respect him in what he said, and I agree with him. But we are forgetting one thing. When diaspora can bring $5 billion each year to the table, then because in diaspora you have so many, I'm not going to say aveli zarkatsas, not wiser, but more experienced people than almost everybody in Armenia, because the experience in Armenia is limited to that surrounding. Okay, but when you have your $5 billion, not Baron Askayin Parerare Genevire $10,000. Okay, Turkey has built a bridge of how many $1 billion uniting Asia to Europe and called it 1915. What do? We have some caps with Yerakun Troshak and 1915 and t-shirts with 1915. That's how mediocre we are. And as a nation, we have turned to mediocrity for salvation. And that's where we are losing the battle.
Well,
so when the diaspora has $5 billion each year, Armenia doesn't become a fifth world country. Armenia becomes first world country.
No, they'll steal that too.
No. No, you have to move there. You can't just give it to them.
Exactly. Now,
Exactly.
you
No,
were one of
if-
the
if-
people that
wait.
went. How many people followed your footsteps?
No, I went
Zero.
for my personal...
Stepan.
I went with no money. But listen, majority of Armenians in Armenia, if they're not from Lebanon and Syria because of the war, if they are from the U.S., because they're getting paid U.S. salary in Armenia. Okay, now, if you have the $5 billion every year, so you can have at least 100,000 Armenians, each of them getting paid $70,000, $80,000 a year to be in Armenia. Dollars to be in Armenia.
Pay me 50, I'll go.
There you go. See this guy. See this guy.
Number one bullshit
number
guy.
one bullshit guy. Okay. So,
How much did you get paid to go there, Stepan?
Nothing. I was just coming, working for 2 months, making my money, and going and spending it for 6 months and coming. I don't believe in collecting money.
I know you. I'm just messing.
Yeah. So, there should be a motivation. And motivation for Armenians is the dollar. Dollar. Yes, you will find 10 people, 20 people who were nationalistic and they're going to do this, they want to do, move to Armenia without any expectation from Armenia. But majority of people who move to Armenia is because life is much cheaper over there. Okay, if they don't have any health issues, if I didn't have health issue, I would stay in Armenia.
So why do you think a country like, for example, China has vouched to invest $20 billion into Armenia?
Well, you know what China is trying to do. China goes to... It's just like when you see a prostitute or like somebody on the street, you offer them money and they become your slaves. China has done that thing in Africa, has done that thing in Middle East, and now it's time for one of the poorest countries on the planet, Armenia, for China to go and say, I'm going to give you money, but look at the conditions that they have put.
What are the conditions?
Well, I don't know exactly right now for this particular one, but in the past, they had conditions of bringing this many Chinese people to live in Armenia. Because just like in the old days between the French and the English, they wanted to colonize the planet and turn it into either French-speaking people or English-speaking people. Now, China is in line waiting for the US, the Russia to disappear. Because for everything that goes up needs to come down and disappear. So China is just sitting there right now waiting, and I guarantee you, and I have said this thing in my show so many times, when the Chinese language becomes the international language on planet Earth, Armenia will be the first country to change the English words right now to Chinese. And we start having Chinese words.
Could that be our savior?
No, we're still going to be the same slaves. We're going to be the same prostitutes to anybody. Now, my point is, you guys remember the idea that I said, let's build one church less, $50 million, and let's offer that $50 million to any child who can, Kravoria Panavor, written and oral presentation of an Armenian book. If they do 10 books, you give them $10,000. Next child, can you talk in Armenian? Հայրենով գրնաս Ռաֆիի խենթը գամ նոր մեկը որ քիրք մը կրած է, այդ քիրքը Kravoria Panavor ներկայացնես $1,000. the mother and father are working for $7,000 a year. The kid who Kravor Panavor, oral and written, explains a book
Makes more money.
without any intonația, adaptația, concret, and legendar and all those things, makes more money. So you have automatically Armenian speaking teachers get paid more money than the French and the English one. Automatically you have Armenian books get sell, or it could be a template. I mean, it could be a digital book. I know Armenian people say, who is buying books right now? It's the same thing. I don't have a subscription to LA Times, but I can read it off of here.
Yeah.
Okay. Mediums have changed, but the idea is there. Then you have, based on how much money you have, 15 million, 20 million, 30 million, then you have 15, 20,000 young Armenians excel in the Armenian language.
No. You know what's more important? Building a statue of Jesus in Yerevan.
Well, that's another stupidity. I mean, the guy's name is Dodi. So
Look
what
at
do you expect from
Diaspora.
him?
Look at that. We're building I'm still against that damn museum.
Okay.
That's a waste
What
of
are your
money.
thoughts on the museum?
Okay.
You don't think
Waste of
you don't think that's something that's good actually in the diaspora though?
Well, it is for our personal pleasure.
That's
Why
stupidity
do
at
you
its
go
finest.
to this restaurant in Malibu, or you go to this restaurant in Beverly Hills, or you go to this restaurant in Glendale, or you go to Leo's taco stand?
Leo's tastes good.
People like to show off, and Armenians are the biggest show off people. Okay, now I can collect $50,000 in 2-3 months and then pay for 25 students tuition. That's imyesa sirutyun. Others are nationalist. Armenians are selfish, including myself. Okay, my selfishness is to say to everybody, I'm able to pay $10,000 to publish a book about Artsakh's churches and monasteries, even though I don't believe in that faith. Okay, and the income from that book, is going to be utilized for the same archaeologists who have documented every Armenian castle, bridge, and monument in Artsakh. So if I published that book earlier, nobody's going to buy that one. But if I published the book of the churches, people are going to buy the churches first. So I make that money, and I invest that same money coming from there, another $15,000 in publishing the second book. And at the same time, those could be available on digital format and such on. So we as Armenians need to prioritize, not only by talking, this is needs to be to happen. My child needs to learn Armenian. It is his or her national duty. No, you pay money to your child to learn Armenian. Or what you do is you brainwash them with what Stepan Partamian said 30 years ago. Give me $100,000. Let me create a game on Nintendo. Today, if I want to do the same thing, I need to spend $3 to $5 million. Because today's child, with all those computer graphics and all those things, they want a game like that. And no, չլար, մենք դբրոց պետք է ենենք, դբրոց պետք է քրատախտակի վրա գավիջո պետք է այդ պենքիմը կրվի. No, they're not going to learn that. And that's why majority of Armenian schools have failed. But we don't accept that our schools have failed. 55 տարի է Ֆերահյան վարժարան գա, Մեսրոբյան գա, Ամերիկայի ըստ դաժան օրերին, որ երդասարտությունը ամեն տեսակի խապկանքի մեջ է, մենք բահում ենք դբրոցներ. What have you done? You're helping the Turks, because the Turks said, I'm going to leave only one Armenian and they're going to place them in the museum. But because we Armenians are so smart, we know that there are so many museums on the planet. So we're helping the Turks by creating at least like 400 or 500 Armenians, Dibar Hayer, that every museum will have one.
Sample'ner kısarki.
Exactly. There is no one Armenian writer has come out, I've been saying this for 25 years, from any Armenian school in Los Angeles. And I'm just going to do, again, Armenians love numbers. Okay? We are Mishaguitaser. Okay?
Supposedly.
That means we like to read Armenian books. We have libraries in our homes with Armenian books. I mentioned this thing so many times before in this show too. If I am a graduate of Ferayan, AGBU, Mesrobian, and I'm fluent in Armenian, and I'm a creative guy, and I have written a novel about Armenians in Los Angeles, where this guy meets this girl. Again, Anush Saro Batmuchun, but modern, not an old one. Okay? And then I published a book. So
it's Anushik Stiopik.
whatever. It could be Jessica and Robert, whatever. Okay? Whatever. So that book sells Hayrul Hazar Orinak. Okay? Because we do have Hayrul Hazar Endanik that has Louis Vuitton bags and other things, but they don't have an Armenian library. Or if they have few English. Եվ 25 դոլարային այդ քիրքը զախենի $250,000 մեկ քիրքը. Okay? Then every parent, and this guy writes 3 books a year, he's making, and out of the 2,500 $250,000, he's making $150,000 because other people need to make money. You can't make money unless other people make money. Yes. Okay? So this guy publishes 3 books a year, and he's making $400,000. You know, every Armenian mother and father, it was Mother's Day and Father's Day is coming, but mother, father, okay, they're going to encourage their kids to start writing novels in Armenian. So when you don't have the people who are intellect, they're Khorovats people. Armenians are Khorovats people, okay? So therefore, you have Khorovats makers, you have Harsaniki Hakuskarok, you have Zagavajar. You know, weddings right now, Zaegner is like $25,000 for Zaegner at
It's
weddings.
ridiculous, bro.
Okay.
Well, that's the
So imagine
beginning price.
yeah. So imagine if Armenians were like the smartest people on the planet and culturally enriching themselves and reading Armenian books and such on. Okay. Then every 5th Armenian becomes a writer. And then when you become a writer, then your culture is progressing.
Stepan,
Yeah.
let me cut you off on this. So
Okay,
here's
cut
where
me.
I'm going off.
Yalla.
That same museum that was built,
Mhm.
if that same museum would take in to, let's just say, mentioned this a few times. So percentage wise, 3 to 5% of Armenian kids in LA go to private school, right?
Mhm.
Which leaves a huge majority of our Armenian kids in public schools
Yeah.
with no Armenian education, right? So that same museum building they're building, which is it's 3 floors.
Yeah.
You could house 500 kids within the Glendale area and make that a private school, so you can, from that private school, maybe get that one author that you're talking about.
No, that's wrong.
So
I'm against.
what does this museum do?
I'm against making
Private schools?
Yeah, I'm against those things. If you
So where do you expect to get that author from?
Wait. If you lived in Iran, Syria, Lebanon, you needed Armenian private school. But goddamn it, you live in state of California, which has one of the strongest educational systems. Billions of dollars are being spent in schools.
No money's being spent. Nothing is being taught. I'm sorry.
No, they are.
Strongest in what rankings?
I don't give a shit what rank
Stepan,
is. But
the
what I'm
education is
comparing
horrible,
to Syria
brother.
and Lebanon, where you had your private schools, okay? Your kids are going to public schools over here. They're getting an education. My daughter went to public school and she's a speech therapist right now.
Okay.
Okay, in Lebanon, the Lebanese government doesn't have any public schools, and there is no system over there. In America, you don't need to have Armenian schools. The Armenian schools are created for Urishnera Askaser Iskaya Yesaser. Few people's yeses. Now, it's a choice in here. In America, you have choices. Why do you live in $1 million house or you live in a $2,000 monthly rent apartment? It's a choice you make. But they tell you that you need to have the American dream of building your your own home. Okay? I don't own a home and I don't want to own a home. I just pay rent and I move any which way I want in my life. Okay? So in this country, you have choices. If they're able to collect that money and spend it on that, you know, when I did Kini Fest, what did I do? I spent $10,000 and it became $15,000 of paying tuitions, and $5,500 I spent it on my Tesla. It was my choice. Could I given that $5,500 to the other budget for another 3 students to go to school
You may have.
in Armenia? Yes, but I chose that I need a Tesla. Okay?
So you're selfish too.
I am the first guy who says, including myself.
Okay.
Others are nationalist. Armenians are selfish, including myself. This is the quote that I utilize.
Where do we switch this to nationalist? How? How
but
does that work?
Because my selfishness is about my national identity. Now, if they're able to collect, and if there's somebody's giving you money to build a museum, okay, nobody has the right to tell them not to do it. But if you're forcing somebody with a gunpoint and saying, you need to give that money so we can build a museum, then you have the right to talk. Now, I choose to publish this book about Karabakh thing. I could have chosen to, instead of spending that 13,000, 12,000 and something on that project, to go on a vacation to Caribbean and spend in 30 days that $12,000. It's a choice that I make.
Այն Իտալիա
Չէ, no, Antalya չեմ երթա։ Բին չեմ գա, միան Երևան գեվտամ գոր։ Երևան գեվտամ, ամեն մեկ հազար ժամանակ $4,000 գեվտա գոր։
Դե ձեռնաբարս տղա ես, ինչ անեն։
Չեմ, because I keep the money in the bank owner is going to make more money. Like
Sure.
all Armenian organizations, they're so proud. We have an endowment fund at this bank that gives us $3 million a year return, the 2 million pound, 2% return.
Wow.
The guy, the owner of the bank and the president or the CEO, they're investing that money and making another
10-12% on top.
No, what? Who invested? They make more money on that because they know the ways to do it. And Armenians are happy that the bank is guaranteeing their $100 million or whatever it is.
Stepan, our viewers are saying California is the 36th in the nation in education.
Fuck everybody who takes my words about California, right? I'm comparing it with Lebanon and Syria. So please don't become assholes when you listen to me. Open up, instead of opening up your asshole, open up your ears. I said, when you're in Lebanon and Syria, in third world countries, you need to have a private schools there. But when you're in California, which is considered to be one of the best comparing to those, okay? Lebanon and Syria, those
two.
and Jordan and
Iraq and all that. Yes.
and Iran and Iraq
Majority
and
of
Armenia.
majority of the world.
Let's
basically.
compare.
Exactly.
Let's compare today's Armenian education system
Yeah,
to the California education system.
you mean in Armenia?
Yeah.
And yet, I have said this so many years ago. Hayastansis are tutugs. You know what tutug is? A
Yes,
parakeet.
Parrot.
Yeah, good. Okay. Parev. Okay. Luis. Hayastansi is a carbon copy. This parakeet will never say Pari Luis in his life if you don't tell him to say Pari Luis. Okay.
Kind of irony with Armenia Bazikan's tutak cards. Literally.
We should have Stepan advertise for them.
Oh jeez. So what? Armenia's education is basically because Armenian children are very, very, very smart.
They're smart like parakeets. You teach them to say Hay Jogoburt Hovanes Tumanyan.
But isn't
Hay
every
Jogoburt they know it by
I
heart.
understand that, but
But
isn't
can
every
they-
child a tutak? Isn't every child a sponge where it depends on what
Exactly.
you teach them?
I was a
I don't
sponge
blame the
too.
children.
The elderly.
There you go.
We are Հայաստանի մեջ գրթություն իմ զավակս Հայաստան 5-րդ դասարան էր հոս եկավ 5-րդ դասանի երեխեքը թեր չեն իմանում ինչ որ իմ զավակս գիտե.
It's true.
Yeah, but քու զավակը ջամփան տնեսն երեն փամը չգիտեր։ Չգիտեր որ ցանկի մեջ ինչ պիտի գադարե։ Մի անթե bullshit նետելով մենք ամենազարգացած ժողովուրդն ենք։ Look at Armenia. It is fifth world country, man. If Հայաստանի գրթության չափանիշը շիդակ չափանիշը լար, Երևանին դուրս քյուղ կացած ճանապարհդ չերը լար ցեխոտ, չերը լար ад երեխան ցեխի մեջ ու ցինի մեջ պիտի քալե. Fucking is a small country. It is like they are in California and what happened? 1/10 of California is Armenia.
Smaller than LA
Smaller
County.
than
from
LA
my
County.
Okay. What does it take to make every road
Քիչ պիտի լափեն, քիչ լափեն, այդ յոթերը
So-
քիչ ուտեն։
So that school system did not teach the person to become a askaser. It's only a parakeet.
Անձնասեր։
Okay. Cheknake dashen. Fucking we have lost Kedashen. Okay. Talat Pashan Bernetsutsing. Գինիլից։ Եղբայր, Թալատ Փաշային ժանանքորդները երգիրը վերացրեցին, Արցախը կրավեցին, okay? Մենք դագեցել ենք Զարթի լահո մերնիմ կզի Sultan
Հիմա որ լաուն հելներ այդ փողոցը հավաքված են ինչ կաներ։
Lahon անցը չէ։ Ինչ որ գիտեմ, Lahon is like yo.
Yo.
Wake up, yo.
But you can't disagree with it, bro. We've been singing songs from like 19, like God knows when. It's like, see, the Armenian, and I know you hate it, the genocide, the Armenian genocide march that took place a couple weeks ago showed me something where it was to the point where I was over it at this point.
Okay.
I was over it before, but now I'm completely over. It was divided into 3 different organizations. It's like, Jesus Christ, man.
Okay.
We can't get together and do the goddamn march together.
In your businesses, you do something for 50 years, okay? And you see that nothing have been achieved with it. And then suddenly, the same reason that you were walking, because there was a genocide, they took over the land, blah, blah, blah. Suddenly, when you are around, not at your father's time, when at your time, suddenly you lose Artsakh. 75% of Artsakh you lose.
Yeah.
Sorry. So now,
The other 25 is going to Russia either way.
like whatever it is, but do you continue demonstrating? Turkey guilty of genocide. Turkey guilty of genocide. They're committing it right now.
Stop this one.
Stop your stupid demonstrations. Oh, հայերը խաները կովկովիկ ու կանգոր, անանք ասկային պանգլայր ինձ մեջը, գիտես, մենք չունեինք այդ կարողությունը, հիմա մենք ունենք. This is like Armada high saying it. And then Հայաստանցի ուշը, երեխոս ուզում է, որ ինքը զարկանա, հայկական փամը սկա իր մեջը. It didn't work for 105 years. For 105 years, we demonstrated, okay? And in the 100th anniversary, we demonstrated with 160,000 հոգի. Գիտես ինչ ասել է? That means we could have like taken over Turkey. Oh, yeah. And then suddenly, 5 years later, Turkey comes, helps Azerbaijan to take over Artsakh.
It's more than just Turkey. Let's not lie here.
Like, let's not go to who fucked my grandmother. Okay.
I don't know, Stepan. I'm not getting involved with your grandma. bro.
Okay.
Let's leave her alone.
Okay.
She's passed.
Okay. Exactly. And that's my point. Let's see who's fucking me right now.
People are doubting you making it to 90 with this level.
If this is his blood pressure, Lord, he's not going to make it.
No, actually, it helps me.
You're not going to make it to guinea pigs.
He has to say it to get off his chest, bro.
When
I promise you.
Okay, guys, you guys are witness. Anybody who disagrees with me, please explain to me. Okay, for 105 years, because 2020 was the war.
Yes.
Okay, for 105 years, Armenians all over the world. Okay, Baykar minche verj, April 24, 30,000 hokey, 50,000, and we're like yelling, saying that this is what we did. Okay, suddenly, in 2020, Azerbaijan attacks Armenia. Turkey has its flag in Azerbaijani property. Okay, they advance it and come and put it on Shushi. As you enter Shushi, you see those Turkish flag and a NATO flag in the non-NATO territory. Okay, and then suddenly next year you do another demonstration. Somebody is going to say, you guys failed. Just like Armenian schools have failed, you guys have failed. You don't do another demonstration. You think, you start generating, but we are copy. We like to copy things from our songs and all those new singers who like, they know how to go high pitch because there's a fucking big dick in their asses. Okay? Siru tara papa is okay? This is how stupid this nation has turned into. If anybody disagrees with me, please present me with facts.
Well, you want to go ahead and Jake, dude, thank you so much for
I
this.
think this is
Thank you,
Jake's
Jake.
second
Second in a row.
$100
Jake,
super
thank you
chat.
so much for the donation.
Thank you, brother.
See, I'm
What?
generating money for you.
Sertramo.
So what Jake says is, Stepan, translate Armenian classics in different languages. Let others learn about Armenians. By learning Armenian classics, they may come up with movies. And thanks to the WiseNuts for running the show in English. Well, we're trying to run it in English,
Well,
but
Yeah.
because see,
But
now-
see,
we're-
sorry, Stepan.
yeah.
Stepan published a book.
yeah.
that, I mean, he gave us copies of it on the first time he showed up. Armenians have created so much as far as inventions. Historically, you took all this information from the inventions.
Well, it's
to
a U.S.-based information.
it doesn't matter.
It's only but the same
It's
idea.
forgetting what you did with those books.
No.
Remember?
No, that's another book that I
That was the Armenian inventors.
No, Armenians in America that I destroyed at the Glendale landfill because
That was the one with the inventors, no?
No.
The inventors I sold enough.
Oh,
I
you-
sold over 4,000 at $20 each, and I documented 25 countries. And now my app needs another $25,000, which I don't have.
Son, it was 100 for the 3 books.
And
What
yeah,
donation?
exactly. Okay, so
But see, that's something where, I mean, you can do so much.
and I'm doing it. I
know, but there's so much you can do. I mean, you're obviously one person, but I mean, if we could take you and clone you, I mean, some people would say, "Oh shit, no, we don't want to clone Stepan."
One is more than
Yeah.
enough.
One is more than enough.
I have a twin brother. He's totally opposite
Yeah,
of me. So
but as far
You
as
really have a
as
twin
far as far as the knowledge and what you want to do and what you want to create for bettering not only Armenia but Armenians.
exactly, because we need to take over the planet Earth, but we're so fucking stupid and dumb asses. We go demonstrate in front of the space shuttle. Don't help Turkey to take satellite away. No, you go to this to SpaceX and say, here is $10 billion. We want you to stop taking their satellite and take our satellite. I mean, we need to have thinkers. We don't have thinkers. We have emotional people. Yes, sirum emi maske. Fuck you.
No, but the numbers matter here, Stepan. When you're talking about Armenians overall 10 million,
Okay.
right? And majority of us being very selfish.
Mhm.
And then you have the enemy, who's the Turk, one of the enemies, the Turk,
Mhm.
right? 80, 90 million, maybe 100 million people.
Mhm.
And they have a national agenda.
We don't.
We don't.
Because we're going to go to heaven.
By the way, we have a caller from Armenia.
There you go.
Let's
Holy
do
shit.
it.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Varej is going to call from Armenia, and he'll share his story as far as how he moved to Armenia and his purpose and what he's been doing there.
Wow.
See, everybody has a purpose in life. I want...
There it
Take
is.
Varej,
Vrej, you're live on the WiseNuts. Thank you for calling.
give me 1 sec. Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold
Varej.
on, Vrej. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. 1 second.
Matt, can you...
Vrej, can
say
you hear
something?
us? Let me see your phone. Hold on 1 second, Vrej. Give me 1 second, boss. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second.
I didn't know you worked for Raj. While you guys do that, you want some more water, Stepan?
cheap water. High-end.
Vrej, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Hi, Vrej. Thanks for calling the WiseNuts. You're live with the WiseNuts and Stepan Partamian.
Paris Louis.
Bari Luis Stepan. So I quickly want to catch you up, guys, with what's going on in Armenia. It's a political show.
Yeah.
You see in the streets, the bank accounts are dry, so they're trying to get back to their bank accounts and start filling it again. I totally agree with Stepan. I moved to Armenia a year ago, exactly on May. So I have decided that my son needs a country for future. And I was tired of sitting in the Glendale enjoying my $1 million mansion. So I said, okay, let's move, let's do something. So when I came here, I realized that there is absolutely no Asgasirushun in Armenia. It's dead. They killed it. 7 years they tried to kill it during the Soviet, and then 40 years they killed it with byproduct of what left from the Soviet Union. So when I realized we have no other option but to clean up this country and bring it from outside, there's no future, and I don't see us in the next 5 years having a country if we go like this. It's a sad truth. We are going to turn into Velayat. And I agree with Stefan, if we're not realizing at this point that we are not better than Japanese, we are not that better than any people in the world. We don't have anything to step up. We have individual successes, but that's not as a nation. As a nation, we have not accomplished anything in the past 40, 50 years. We deprived our culture, we deprived our future of our children, and it's a sad situation. So these are all the ugly parts that I've seen. And I'm going to go quickly with the good things also. I'm seeing a generation of the young people that they are trying to change. All they need is an example. And it's a very simple thing. They need to have somebody to lead them. And that's why I thought I can have very small change by moving here and at least lead 3 to 5 people to a right direction that I think cause the success for other countries. That's a good thing, and there's a potential to it. About Azgasiruchun and all that fancy stuff that diaspora thinks and breathes and bleeds, Azgasiruchun is different now. So you don't need to take the gun and go to fight. You need to clean up your house first, inside. Azgasiruchun is preserving our ecosystem in Armenia. People trash the Yerevan, the city, the capital city, is being trashed every day by millions of cigarette butts. I don't see Azgasiruchun is dead. So we have to start changing the definition of the word. So we have to preserve what we have. So I don't want to take too much time, but I do not have hope. I'm here and I'm hopeless. And I'm trying my best. I'm going to stay here as long as I can, and I'm going to be in my little bunker that I made. And if I have to be the last Armenian living in Yerevan, I will do that.
So you have no plans of coming back to the States?
For now, I don't have any plan to come back to the States. I'm here.
What do you do there now, Varej? You were, because you had a successful career here in LA, right? And now, what do you do?
Yeah, currently I'm working for a foundation of Armenian science and technology. That's what I do. I'm a program manager. FAST, yes, correct.
Okay.
Oh, Armin Urujan's company.
Yeah.
Yes, and let me tell you something. Before I started working with FAST, I got an offer from Minister of Economy to work as his deputy minister, but I respectfully declined it because I don't see a path. I see the only survival that we can have right now is our education system, science and technology. I don't see other paths. I mean, I traveled to Istanbul in the beginning of the year, and I saw it with my own eyes, and I realized that we are so behind. I mean, we're done. We have no saying in the political map of the region. I wrote it in a messenger. I said, if we have to be a prostitute, we have to be the most expensive prostitute in the region. So, because we have no other choice.
You literally took the words right out of Stepan's mouth.
So, because we don't have any other choice. Let's be the high-end madam of the region, and
we have always been that. We have always been that. Literally and actually. It's so unfortunate. It is because it's unfortunate. We don't have anything. We are only the end of the chain. That little chain that connects Iran to Russia and connects Europe to Eurasia. Mm-hmm. So that's the only strategic point that we have. We have nothing else. And that's a sad story. So I'm open to invite everyone to come here and to see, because diaspora is in denial, and also Armenians in Armenia are denial. Yeah.
I have Stepan has a very good word. He calls them Armenians that lives in the Caucasus or something like that. Kofkasi, Benargichnev. You're absolutely right. These people, they don't have any sense of nationalism. It's dead. Their nationalism is over when they step out of their houses.
Yeah.
Because in the house, everything is clean. As soon as they step out in the hallway, they put a trash outside.
Because they don't remember
So their national.
sorry, Varej, because they don't know that they are living in the Armenian highlands, which is this cradle of civilization. Right now, they just one mountain away is the Caucasus, and they've been bombarded with the idea that they're lower Caucasus, and it's so unfortunate. Identity only means that if you become a carbon copy of American singer or American restaurant. That's it. Right now, that's what it is. Yerevan is full of restaurants. I'm sure you know about them. Some of them are as expensive as the ones over here in Beverly Hills. Not everybody can afford, but everybody tries to show off themselves in there.
Now, Varej, over the last year since you've been in Armenia, have you been able to encourage, motivate anybody else to follow suit, or?
Only two people at least, Varej? Have you had two people that followed your lead?
Yes, people move to Armenia, and my goal is at this moment is not to bring more people. What I do is I'm trying to lead by example, like going to work at 8:00 in the morning. That's
the fundamentals, huh?
Yeah. Let's start off with building the
You
foundation.
can barely find a cup of coffee at 10 a.m., bro. You have like a few shops, coffee shops.
See, my parents are going to Armenia this summer. And I remember the last time they were there in Armenia, my dad, he's an early bird. He would wake up at like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. He's like, I would wake up, getting ready. And he's like, I would walk out to Yerevan. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee from somewhere. He goes, it's 7 a.m., 8 a.m. He goes, everybody's sleeping. So he's like, okay, you know what? Let me get up a little bit later, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. Everything is still closed. He goes, the city wakes up at noon.
We're behind,
not
guys.
that
We're
much,
behind.
Not much, no.
No, as far as the entire city wakes up at noon, as in everything is
10
up.
a.m., bro. 10 a.m.
Varej, you tell us, what time does the city of Yerevan open up?
Government employees will go to work like around 8 o'clock.
No, I'm saying government employees are different. I'm saying the
Yeah,
city.
The city vibe. The
Yeah.
vibe.
The
10
vibe.
a.m.?
it starts around 10 a.m. But fortunately, during the school, it's a little bit better because you can see that Yeruzer starts from 8 o'clock. So, but still, the coffee shops are not open. They are open usually at 10, 11 o'clock. So what I did is I started going to this Hatipur every day, like 6:30, 7 o'clock. They're working inside, but I kind of knocked the door and say, give me a bread or something. And they started opening up like around 7 o'clock. Now I can get a fresh bread at 7 o'clock.
Well, you changed one business there, Varej.
It's time you move to the next business.
Yeah, and the good thing is when I started going to work, I started going to work early. And then a couple of my coworkers said, oh, what's going on? Why are you so early? I said, I think it starts at 8 o'clock. They said, no, we'll come at 10 o'clock. And then they realized, okay, if they come to work at 8 o'clock, they can go home earlier. On the top of that, there's no traffic outside. So we started coming to work around 7:38, put up the music, starting a little moving around in the office.
Tell them they'll make more money. I think that'll encourage them to open up a little bit earlier.
Well, it only takes one person to open up early.
There's no Starbucks in Armenia?
Yeah.
There's
no Starbucks.
There are lots of coffee shops.
No, because I'm sure if Starbucks was there, I don't think they'd be opening at 10, 11.
If one person opens up early in the morning and starts making lots of money,
the rest will follow.
The rest will follow. We're just followers.
No, there is a couple. I've heard a couple of coffee shops now that are open very early in the morning. There's even 24-hour cafes now. A couple of them in the city.
Well, Varej, let's ask you this, and then we'll let you go. One of our listeners is actually asking, are the protests that are taking place right now, are they as large as they were in 2018?
No, they're not, and they are getting paid too. Let me tell you this. there are paid protesters. Like I'm not against paid protesters. People need to make money.
You should be against paid
$12,000 a day.
protesters.
I am against paid protesters, but the problem is people are getting paid. So, and the people are being bused from. This is a technique that the Islamic Republic of Iran does. They are being bused from the different regions with the buses. They're bringing them from outside the Yerevan. So it is some form of organic movement going around, but it's not as much as in 2018. And because of the leaders are, if this movement was led by someone else, it would have a little bit more followers. But unfortunately, it's being led by people that they live in the mansions and they are disassociate themselves from the regular population a long time ago. So the political parties that I am by nature Dashnak Satan, but I don't see anytime soon Armenia is ready for any Dashnak Satan government, and I don't see anytime soon Robert or Serge or anyone else comes back to the power. If they do, that means they got a green light from somewhere in Moscow.
Yeah.
Rezjan, thank you so much for the call, man. We appreciate you.
I'll be in Yerevan first 2 weeks of June. Hopefully, I can meet you there.
Give me a call. You guys have my phone number.
Yeah, I'll connect you.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Stepan.
We'll make the
Yeah.
connection.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks for calling.
Thank
And
you, Varesh.
smoke a cigar and have a nice whiskey.
There you go.
Stepan prefers hookah, so you gotta find
Shut
out.
up.
But Rezjan, stay safe,
All
brother.
right, guys.
Thank you for the
Thank you.
support,
Bye-bye.
man. Appreciate it.
So there you go. Somebody spoke from Armenia.
It's crazy and
I
it's
know.
sad at the same time.
And then people will be in denial right now. Oh,
I have respect for the man.
Yeah.
We as Armenians, we have this handicap in our brain that you can't criticize. And then when you criticize, you are doing it because there is a reason. And if you honestly come and criticize that we are doing so many things wrong, and then you give suggestions, nobody listens to the suggestions.
But if you're criticizing without suggestions, you're just criticizing.
Well, that's what
But give
Armenians do.
suggestions too.
I've been giving it for 25 years. Nobody
Stepan.
listens to me.
Suggestion. Okay, today you're working on the churches in Artsakh. Amazing project.
But that's not a suggestion. That's not a reason.
Okay, no, I have a suggestion. Who is in charge of putting together a program that will help families, that'll help people stabilize trying to move back to Armenia? Whose responsibility
Okay,
is that?
now
today?
let me ask you a question. What is in Armenia for an average person to move to Armenia? What is the benefit? Some people might...
Retirement. That's all there is right
Italy.
now.
Some person might say, you know what, Vietnam
don't
has a
want
better... I'm just giving examples. And there are lots of Armenians who have retired to other countries because they see their passion, their interest in there. Now, if we created that passion without any lies, today's child is not we as children. Today's child is much smarter than we as children. So you need to give them the reality of the country. I will not live in Armenia because of my health. I will visit Armenia. I will take my chance of 2 weeks, 3 weeks of, I'll prepare myself from here and then make sure that nothing happens to me in Armenia health-wise. But to move there and live there and be comfortable, I'm not going to do it anymore. With the things that I have seen, how the Armenian hospitals work, how, and I said there is no logic in Armenia, there is no logic in Armenia. Everybody is takavor, like this guy, and everybody is stupid as this guy. When I see in front of did I tell you about the guy who died in front of me at the hotel, had a heart attack? Did I tell you that story?
No.
Okay. I don't like to say bad things, but this is reality. At the hotel where I stay, this guy who was visiting from here, okay, has a heart attack. We called the paramedics, they arrive, and we told them that you need to bring that electric shocker thing, or whatever it is called. Now, I'm a phober, I don't know the name of that. So here, the the ambulance arrives. The road is a tight, very small road. So he comes, instead of parking like this, the doctor and the nurse come down. They walk empty-handed. The doctor looks at the guy, he's already yellow, okay? Says, "Stop in the panapir." Inflate.
Gurney.
No.
Not the
Oh, the
gurney.
shocker, whatever it is.
Defibrillator? What is
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Okay. I go out too, because I guess I am more active than the nurse walking gamats. And I see that the ambulance has left all the way to the end of the street, trying to make a U-turn, because the driver decided, why should I wait for them? Let me go make a U-turn, and it's a small turn, and then come back. It took him like 5 minutes. Okay? The guy died inside.
Wow.
Okay. This is the logic of an ambulance driver and a doctor who walks in, that he knows that he needs to bring that unit with him, and he doesn't bring it.
And mind you, when you called, you said someone's having a heart attack.
Exactly. So now, everybody's going to, that's only one incident. You walk on the street, the person who has a nice car has the right for everything. You know how many times I get involved with fights?
That's got to change, bro.
Verbal. It will not change.
It will if you do what you said, Iran-style governing. It'll change. You need to.
Okay,
Okay,
they come.
Center Square needs to be busy. You know what I'm trying to say. If that Center Square is busy,
Yeah.
things can change. That's the only way to change.
The only thing that Center Square is busy is because tourists or going to restaurant.
And Turkish concerts.
I take you to Garni Gerard. I take you to H. Miadzin. You pray. This is who we have turned into in the 21st century. Okay? Now, Varej is working for FAST. FAST came and gave a fundraising here. The main speaker was Afeyan, who just sold his portion of the modern, not his certain portion of his Moderna, and he sold it for $1.3 billion. Okay? Now, that day, they collected $1.3 million. And I went on Facebook and I said, if I had $1.4 billion, I would have refused to come to an event that only collects 1.3. I'll write a check for $2 million and say, don't do that function.
That's why you don't have $1.3 billion,
No,
sir.
when I have it, you'll see what's going to happen. Now,
You won't have it.
the people who attended that event, if you look at them, they all probably together would have a value of $1 billion.
Well, Ruben Vartanyan is a billionaire too, and he's a board member.
I'm not talking about the board, I'm talking about mentality. Now,
Well, Nubar is, I think, on the board too.
Gaskanamgar, forget about. I'm
Not
talking
talking
about
about the board.
I'm not talking about the board. I'm talking about an event where you're trying to raise money, where you have a billionaire.
Well, that's why I'm saying there's multiple billionaires on the board.
I'm saying combined together, people over there, what they were wearing and dressing and their cars will be around $1 billion. So we as Armenians, we love to show off and say, this is what we're doing. But we are in the minute millions of dollars. As I said, Turkey built a bridge from Asia to Europe and called it 1915. Okay, not because of the Armenian genocide. See, right now Armenians will say, "Oh, no, they won against the British and the whatever the
Dutch.
The Dutch. Yeah, they won against them in 1915. That's why right now they're saying, "Oh, Yevroba."
You don't think it's more than that?
No, it's not more
Because
than-
they're talking about
But
if they open the
who-
border with Armenia, they want their border crossing to be named.
Talat Pasha.
Yes.
Now, okay, because they can distinguish to the east are the Armenians, to the west are the Europeans. When I'm going to fight with Europeans, I'm not going to mention them Armenians. I'm going to say, I screwed you guys 100 years ago. And here. Now, when I turn to east and I'm dealing with Armenians, I'm going to say, you know what, 100 years ago, Talat Pasha gave the order. Now, Armenian, hayır na irins borderin anotodin tehlerian. And then we are happy.
That makes you happy.
We are happy. I didn't say it makes me happy. If it made me happy, I wouldn't be here right now making fun of them. Okay?
True.
Now, that bridge cost billions of dollars. Okay? what do Armenians do? They're happy of raising $1.3 million. And this is the elite of Armenians who are brown noses, who paid that whatever dollar is for to go to that event to take a picture with Afeyan. Modernai dagan, modernai Marta, nagarvi mirede. Dunis meche misneru nagarnera ga adur nagarna tolla. He's a fucking investor. He's not the engineer. He's not the inventor of Moderna. He's an investor. Bogos Nubar Pasha is another example. Okay, Alek Manukyan is another example. At least Alek Manukyan, he had some things to do to create. Okay, but those are investors. Vaga Stepan Partamian has $1.5 billion. Okay,
You'll fix Armenia for 1.5.
no, I'm not gonna fix it. I'm gonna leave it to you guys.
WiseNuts are rich, baby. Yeah.
Okay, so my point is that when you are a fifth level country on this planet and you have a slave mentality, the most important God, being Muslim, Christian, Jewish, Buddhist, Hindu, whatever is the US dollar. The $1, nowadays it's more like Franklin, the $100 is the highest thing. Stepan Partamian tomorrow announces he has $100 million to give away. Okay, Stepan says, "Hayır avana gasken." Every Armenian leader will be on my doorstep saying, "Stepan, at 100 milyonen kiyes, men kezi shat gesirein, tumish paner lav paner gesehir." Men kuzenko yegeretsin bad nanen chakun nerger. Men tebrotin meche kuzenko vor araradin negaratanel. They're not going to come and say, in the 21st century, there is the virtual Asinch Pana. We want to invest money into create the virtual school, or we need to create the smart Asiga Yavadiga. No. Yeah. They're going to come and tell you, Araradi negare mertebrosi me chat karevore, von mer bezignerune sing, Ararade merlerne, Ararade merlerne. This is how stupid Armenians are. Pari, Luis. Whoever. There you go. Does it have other rhythms too?
Yeah, of course. Play with it.
The green one is the. I'm sure you'll like that one.
No.
It's not a beatbox.
Okay,
you turned into one of those. You turned into one of those Armenian.
Exactly.
Armenian guys at the wedding.
Yeah. So now this became, because an Armenian created this thing, like the sound. If 10 people believe in this thing right now and then they can shake their bellies,
It'll sell.
And then that's how your culture is created.
Abushin megabedilas.
Jeez, man.
Are there any people like saying bad things about me?
No, man.
Everybody loves you.
Listen, Stepan.
Things have changed.
If all these people were actually listening to you 5 years ago, we might not be where we are today.
Well, it's funny.
Only 5 years.
This is the fourth time you've showed up with us, and I've noticed in the comments, the first time you were with us, it was bad. Second time, it was okay. Third time, it was very pleasant. This time around, I mean, I don't see. Have you guys seen anything yet?
Just a handful.
Oh, a couple of them.
Yeah,
I think you can count on your fingers
It's
how many
okay.
people.
Let them continue. I'll be here, but on the 6th or 7th, then they might.
Vazgen thinks it's your 16th time.
16th?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, Vazgen multiplies everything by
because
4x.
Because like people copy what I'm saying, what I've been saying for so long. Now they're saying it. So.
But just going back to the comment Jake made, I think he had an interesting point. He elaborated on it later on, is that if Armenians publish anything about Armenia, we will take it with a grain of salt and no respect. But if non-Armenians published it, and that's what he was trying to get to, the point he was trying to make is whether it's
Armenians will listen.
Armenians will listen.
Yeah,
Well, he said it. He said if Stephen Partman said it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I go change my name to Stephen Partman, and I start doing Kini Fest. I published Yes We Have. I do more research and talk about how Armenians they were called whores, but right now they're like very pleasant people. They're hard worker people. Baron Partamian.
Partamian.
Tun Baron Partamian cheid? I said, no, I'm a partman.
Is that a Jewish last name?
I know,
Partman?
who gives a shit what
Apartment.
It matters.
It's basically look, the New Yorker, Stepan Partamian, the Jewish man,
Yeah.
is doing he's doing something good for the Armenians. He's comparing it to the Holocaust. He's comparing it to it'll be something like that. That's
This is
It'll gain
business mind
traction.
right here.
Yeah.
It'll gain traction, and
Smart
So
guy.
should I disappear for like another 3 years and come back and
You don't need to go 3 years. Our Armenian
Okay, six
memory
months.
is
Yeah.
only 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
you
I
should
s-
do what Biden is doing, having Obama in his ear. You should hire somebody and then
but I think Stepan supports Biden, though. I think, right?
No.
Yeah, you do.
I didn't.
Stepan doesn't give a shit about American politics the way I look.
It's the same hypocrisy as Armenian politics.
Same thing.
But here we're dealing with trillions of dollars. Okay, let's go to American politics.
Let's do it.
Suddenly, the U.S. government is deciding to give $33 billion in defense funding to Ukraine.
Right.
Okay. Usually, Republicans are the ones who like give lots of money to non-U.S. based governments. The Republican agenda is
in
like
time
that
of war.
because
To
all-
create war, not
no,
in
no,
time of war.
because all these defense companies, okay,
Owned by Republicans.
are in bed with them. I supported you. You supported. Okay, give me $5 billion of contract for this. $3 billion of contract for this. Suddenly, right now, we have a Democratic government, Democrat Party, and it looks like all the Democrats are in bed right now with the Republicans with that $33 billion funding because it looks like they have some commission coming to them too. So it's all over the world. But they're dealing with billions of dollars. We Armenians are dealing with less than $2 million, and we're content. And then we make a big issue out of it. So
It's all relevant, of course. I mean, we've got
now-
a $14 billion GDP versus $28 trillion.
well, it's the same. It's the same concept. The guy was the Ministry of Taxations. He made money from the guy who's not gonna pay. Another guy was the Ministry of Education. They made money from this. The other guy. It's all over. But the problem is that here you're given the right to survive
Yeah.
and to progress. And instead of making $100 an hour, you can make $1,000 an hour. In Armenia, the same crooks, the same government people, like let's say in the US, they're making billions of dollars. In Armenia, those crooks are making millions of dollars, but they're not allowing the common
Folk.
person to
Yeah.
make $100 an hour. Okay.
Even $10 an hour.
Well, no. Let's go to the top. Why go to the bottom?
It's not bottom.
$10 an hour was 10 years ago. Another 10 years from now, the lowest salary will be probably $35, $40 an hour for the common person.
Stepan, let's step back a little bit. If in Armenia you're paying someone $15 an hour today, that's gonna entice more people to leave Armenia. Even more.
Why?
It will.
If you're paying
$15 an hour?
$15 an hour here or in Armenia?
In Armenia.
Angir.
It
Hold
will.
on, giving
They're-
Wow.
they're
$15
ma-
in Armenia will
they're
entice them
making-
more to leave Armenia?
Yes.
Why?
Because they have more opportunity to leave now? Or
Yes, exactly. That's exactly
what?
how
So
it's
then
gonna
you
happen.
keep them below the poverty
then-
line? Or
No, no,
what?
no. You have to find the fine line. Because if the people in Armenia are making the same money they're making in America,
Damn. Why do you live in a country? Because the country is taking care of you. Okay? This bullshit. Don't ask
Why?
what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Fuck that mentality. That's only another Bible quote. Okay? Just like fuck the Bible, fuck that mentality. The government needs to take care of the individual. I'm not saying hand out money to the individual. But now, when I leave this street, this office right now, go to the street, is the street clean for me to drive on?
yes.
Is there traffic light that gets controlled?
Yes.
And I stop because I am a good citizen of this country. Okay? I come from Armenia, up there is Salvaddanim, I across the red light. Okay, either I go in an accident or something, I do it once, twice, and then I get this huge $10,000, $15,000 penalties, lawyers, change. I won't do it. Okay? 100 years passes by, my child and the grandchildren, they will become a good citizen of this country. any Hayastansi, any Lipanansi who came 10 years ago, 15 years ago, has changed in their way of thinking.
We're the best immigrants in the world.
Okay. Why? Because we want a better life to us.
No, we like others telling
Okay.
us how to live better.
Okay, why don't we? How come we can do it in Armenia?
Is it lack of consequence?
No, we don't respect
No.
our land.
We don't respect ourselves. Forget about the lands. Tıkazunem.
Iqbal, you go to the National Forest, you go to Angeles Forest, you won't see a piece of trash on the side of the road.
What will happen
go
if
to
what will
Armenia-
happen if you litter in Angeles? What will the ranger do?
Bro, rip you a new one.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Do you think it's
Yeah,
lack
tell-
of consequence? There is no consequence.
It's
There's-
respect
there-
for your land.
It's
Ape.
forget the respect for your land. You get into an altercation or you get into something with the police in Armenia or the courts in Armenia. All it is as you would say, there is no consequence.
Ճուն քիրես իմ գրիշեսով է Հայաստանի մեջ.
I don't give a shit.
There's no
man.
No,
consequence.
you have to give a shit because I go to Armenia on constant.
Ով ա քո կռիշը,
Դու
Stepan?
չես իմանում ով է իմ գրիշը։
Անունը
արա։
ասա, լավ.
Չեմ կարող ասել ապեր։
Is he the guy that bought that $60 million mansion or what? Come on, Stepan.
See, that's the mentality that's there. It's
Exactly.
more of a I could get away with this. I'll do it again.
I have seen so many fights with the police. Հայաստանի հբարտ քաղաքացիներ on the streets of Yerevan with the police. I'm not talking about demonstration and arrest and such.
Regular day.
Regular, okay? Արա չհասկացար ես ում դղան եմ, արա. I have seen it in my own eyes. Try
How
to
disgusting is
Հիմա
that
ասենք
shit?
Glendale PD-ին կամ Burbank PD-ին ասե որ արա չես իմանում ես ում դղան եմ ես.
You don't give a shit. Who
You'll be on the floor with a taser on your ass.
Okay, let's come back to one issue. I just remembered right now. You know that there was another young kid killed with driving fast on Glen Oaks like a week ago.
Yeah, 19-year-old kid.
really, it happened again?
Yeah. Why?
We don't learn from that shit.
No, because I'm gonna come with the public announcement videos. I'm gonna start putting them all over, because մենք երեխա եղած ժամանակից չունեինք ադիգա։ Հիմա մեր զավակներ ունեմ փող ունեմ ուզում եմ դամ զավակից որ ինքը վայելե։ Ավանակ
Stupidity as fuck.
you're not realizing որ երեխատ ինչ որ թուն հիբակ ունիս ինքը պիտի չունենա. And the most important thing that you're at 50 years old, 60 years old, you have life. And your kid at age 18, 19, driving fast, he doesn't know how to take care of himself because you have given him a fast car. He's not going to live to be a 50 or 60 and be enjoying life. Okay, we Armenians are so pathetic in how we judge what life is. Life is going to In-N-Out Burger and pay $6 and get number 2. Life is not going to the most expensive restaurant in Los Angeles and pay
Beverly's.
Beverly Hills and pay $100, $75 for the same hamburger. Okay, but we need
It's
to
not
show,
even that good, Stepan.
like, we need to show off that thing.
But you go to nice restaurants and you post it.
That's Merdramov. That doesn't
I do
has
it with your
nothing
money.
to
I
do
don't do
with
it with my own money.
Oh, it's not your money.
no.
But Levik, the cars in the 90s are not even close to the speed and the power the cars have nowadays. And I'll tell you this much: the money the Armenians had in the 90s is not equivalent to the money
No,
the
there,
Armenians have.
there were still accidents back then. It's just
Yes,
we
there
didn't
was.
have social media, so you didn't hear about it.
I
as
know,
much.
but see,
Only
it
the
wa-
family and
it
friends
wasn't
know
as
about
it wasn't as
more
bad.
racing back then than there
It
is
wasn't
now.
it wasn't as bad as it is today.
because back then too, the father said, "Եվս քու դարիքիդ մեջ ես չունեի ասիգա, հիմա գունեցիր։ Աղջիկս ես եւ որ քու դարիքը դեի մեյքափ չէի տներ, հիմա տուն կնաթիր Գաբիգի գլմանիս, չես ասեր Գաբիգի գլմանիս։ Have you seen Armenian girls with their makeups?
Don't they look all look the same?
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. Your face will be like another like ashchap cream the lavaran.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you look at them without makeup and you see like their identity, their beauty. Okay. But no, because peer pressure, you have to do it. And then suddenly, I need to mention this thing right now. Do you guys remember during the war in 2020? Okay. How many social media influencers popped up?
I can think of about 4 or 5
More.
that I know of. Oh,
Okay.
in Armenia or here?
No, all over. Here.
There were
Here
were
about 8 to 10.
much more than that. There was a lot of them that popped up. They were doing Instagram lives. They were doing the Facebook lives.
Once we lost the war,
completely stopped.
Right now, there's going to be another war happening in Armenia.
They'll come back up again.
For what? For personal gain.
I don't know. I didn't say that.
So they're just doing it to get more numbers on their followers. I have 5,600 on Instagram. I have 5,000 on Facebook, and I'm okay with it. And everybody knows Stepan Partamian. And I've influenced so many people. You can't become a seasonal influencer. Now, and I said it back then, I'm saying it right now. Any of those influencers, if they can stand and show me one person whose life has been changed because of them, okay, I will respect them. At least I know of like 10 people whose lives has been changed because of me. So artificial things we do to make ourselves feel happy, and that way Armenia is happier. Բայկար մինչև վերջ։ Ցեղասպանության 107-րդ ամյակը։ Հետո they give speeches at Glendale City Hall and they give speeches at Hollywood Boulevard. What happened?
Nothing.
Okay, then stop doing it.
April
So the
25th,
reason-
everybody went back to work.
Exactly.
Let me tell you this, guys. April 24th has been turned into a political affair. What they do is use April 24th.
It's not political. It is individual affair.
Political as well. Now, you said that the Republicans are in charge of the war machine and giving out money to other. Who's in charge of abusing the Armenian community in California? The Democrats are.
Well-
The Democrat Party has learned that our Armenian leadership
You know why?
is
Because
a bunch of morons.
Back in 2000, when Adam Schiff's first campaign against Rogan, and the Republican Party spent over $2 million just in Glendale, and then they didn't win, they realized that Armenians have no effect in any elections. And since then, no political party spends money on Armenians. Okay?
Very
Oh,
smart.
բայց մենք գիտես ինչ զորավոր ենք, մենք Glendale-ը բռնած ենք. Now you have elections coming up. Armenians going to eat each other right now.
Again.
Who's going to be elected? And then once they're elected, same thing like the social media influencers, for 4 years they're not going to do anything for Armenians. Or they're not going to do anything for Glendale people because they're there elected so-called by Armenians to decide on the better life of Glendale. Che? I have said it in the past and I say it again. Politicians are prostitutes. And that's the reason I am not a politician. I love sex, but I'm not going to become a prostitute to become a politician. Because that prostitution has nothing to do with sex. Party, Luis.
Prostitution is the oldest profession, you know that, right?
And Armenians are oldest people on the planet.
Oh, shit.
I've said it all the time. I've said it on this show too in the past.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys forgot.
No, I remember you.
The oldest DNA on this planet is a fact. It's proven. It's the Armenian DNA. Armenians have always been into Aryev Dur, which is Aryev Dur. It's not business. Aryev Dur. Okay? You give money, I give you my body. You give money, I give you lemon. You give body, I give you 3 cows.
Barter.
It didn't start with bartering at first. I'm sure it was bartering. Yeah.
Before money, yes, it was bartering. But again, this is the whole concept. We will prostitute
I
ourselves.
give you sex, you fix my roof.
Well, see, right now the concept of it's very possible that people have done it too.
It's like a modern day porno.
See, right
Oh,
now-
I'm sorry, I can't pay for this pizza. Is there any other way I could pay you?
He watches lots of porn.
Ma'am, it's only
I do.
$17. I know, but I don't have it right now.
So it is so unfortunate that we have not evolved. As humans, we have not evolved. Armenians have stayed where they were 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago. Okay? And we are always proud of the past without learning anything from the past to go forward, to go to the future. Next year will be another demonstration on April 24th and another one on November 9th, I think, when we lost Shushi and we lost
Well,
it.
even what you've recommended over the years, you know, the fact that we close down businesses on the 24th, how much money do we lose that day? If we
On-
donated,
at that year when I was calculating, and there was a study, on an average mom and pop business, on an average in California, they make $280 a day
a day.
on an average. So there are people who make $10,000 a day. There are people who make $50 a day.
Right.
Okay, now, if you don't work that day, you lost that money. So go to work, make that money, and compile it, put it in the idea of Armenian kids learning Armenian, not going by school. No, there should be a fund saying that any child who can come and written and oral explains an Armenian novel, an Armenian book in 1-page description gets $1,000. Don't give it to the church. Don't give it to the school. Don't give it to the political party. Don't give it to the PACs, because we are the strongest one in the United States. We're the second strongest political action committees in the US. People are making fun of us. They just want their money. That's it. But once you start evaluating, our schools failed their mission. How can we make our kids talk Armenian, read Armenian, write Armenian? Giving them money, because we are the oldest people on the planet and we'll do anything for money. A human being does it, but we do it to the powers. So now you identified a problem, you identified how those people think, all you need to do is implement it. No,
That's the hardest part for us.
Yeah, չենք կնարադի գանի։ Երեխային $1,000 դամ կանի բիդի կայնձի մեկ հատ քիրք տա։ Այդ $1,000 ես անցեր մխելի տրամադամ մեջ գտնեմ, and it gives me, because we have like $3 million in the bank, this organization, it gives me $300,000 or whatever it will, and we can give student tuition $1,000 ամեն մեկ աշակերտի when they go to a school that charges $40,000 a year, or to a school that charges $300,000, we give $1,000. And then we do a big barahantes. We bring the students, put them on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the stupid people who want to become smart, and we're giving them $1,000 because they have a debt of $300,000. See, we need to know how to empower each other. We don't empower each other. We try to bring each other down. So identify the problem, look at what they do in common that will take you forward, implement that thing in resolving the problem. Okay? It doesn't take a genius to decide like that. In any business, when you see you're spending money and you're not making money from that department, you evaluate it. You go and see why. We don't need it. Turn it away. Now, Armenian schools, $30 million a year in Los Angeles.
That's how much they collect? Or
That's how much we spend. $30 million. We have 12 schools. On an average, each one has $2 to $2.5 million in expenses, and it's going to go higher. Now, you guys know that I congratulated the 51% of Armenians who are living in the U.S. because they all became millionaires. Their properties are worth millionaires, but they don't have money in their banks. But they can consider themselves to be millionaires.
Mhm.
So things are getting more expensive. Things are getting more in demand. And then have you heard about, probably you know about this thing. I heard, I could be wrong, like the over asking prices.
Of course.
Okay, I heard somebody offered $1 million over asking prices.
That happened in Glendale, yes.
It happened.
Yes.
So it wasn't a rumor.
On what price?
It was
What's the asking
the
price?
property was listed way under asking price. Like way under asking price. So technically the fact that you're saying yes, it went $1 million, it happened in Pasadena as well, where it went $1 million over the asking price. It was the property was listed under market value in the first
Okay.
place. So the fact that it went over the asking, realistically speaking, it maybe went over $400,000 to $500,000 over the asking price. But it's a
Okay.
supply demand thing, Stepan.
Exactly. Now, when the market crashes in the next year, okay, and it's gonna crash.
I doubt it, but go ahead, continue.
It's gonna crash, and then everybody's gonna become in debt over their
Uh-huh.
What's gonna happen?
We're gonna go into a recession.
Okay. Now, now I don't care about the Los Angeles community because I'm a fascist, racist Armenian. Is the Armenian community ready for the recession?
Absolutely not.
Okay. When Armenians start becoming homeless on the streets, are we ready for them? So
you expect that?
Oh, definitely.
Really?
Definitely.
You expect it to be that bad?
Yeah.
You don't think our people are the type of people where they'll do anything and anything, especially to help each other survive and kind of help prosper?
No.
In the diaspora here.
No,
Really?
No. You might help your brother, but you're not going to help a strange Armenian.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying everybody has some sort of family member or sibling or whatever it is that might possibly need help. You don't think they'll reach out?
To a certain extent.
And I was actually discussing this with my cousin who's visiting from Armenia today, because we were talking about homelessness, and I've seen and I know of a handful of Armenian homeless.
I've seen 5 in Glendale.
Yeah.
How many?
Well, 10 years ago there weren't.
How many?
There was only one 10 years ago.
How many Mexican homeless have you seen?
Very little,
And
if not any.
I've never seen one. And
No, there is.
I've never come.
You don't
across
see it
one.
here. Go to 7th and Alvarado, you'll see it.
Well, 7th and Alvarado, there's Armenians there too.
I haven't.
No.
On
Okay.
even Skid Row, there's.
Okay. So now, Armenian church is the leader or is the protector of the Armenians. The Armenian church right now needs to be ready in the next 4 or 5 years to have influx of homeless Armenians. What are the apartment rents right now?
Very expensive.
I mean, 2,000s minimum, right?
Okay. Do you think everybody's making that money to rent an apartment?
No.
Okay. So then it's coming. I'm not an economist. I'm not a social research person, but I see things. I'm logical. I'm looking at it from a perspective that in 5 years, we're going to have a situation. Armenians will never think about the future. Armenians, right now, they're enjoying their life. They're sucking on their hookahs. Գլգլագի ձծողներու միությունը, հայ գլգլագի հայ ձծողներու միությունը.
Գլգլագը ո՞րն է?
Hookah. Gulgalag. Okay? They're paying $75 a sheesh or whatever.
2 hours. Huh? I think they charge hourly for that shit.
I don't know what they do.
No,
But,
it's per
okay.
It's per
It's like
head?
Per bowl.
Yeah.
It's
per
per
bowl,
head?
yeah.
Per bowl.
Per head? No.
Head is something else. It's a bowl.
So
That
now,
was a Stepan special.
yeah, per head. Now,
That's why it's $75.
exactly. But again, when you see females are doing it, men are doing it, you look at a female, you envision something else. You look at a man, you envision something else. And they are stuck there. You know, one day somebody called me, because I was talking about these things, called me, he goes, «Տուն ինչ իրավունքով դղամարդկանց կսես ձծողներ գլգլագի»։ I say, «Գփածադրես ինձի,
The action you're doing is
ինչ կնես կո, գծես կո չէ դը գպչես կոր մեջը»։
Ծծում է։
Հա, ինչ պիտի սես։ Գլգլագի ձծողներ։
I mean, there's no other definition for it. I mean, give me another.
Yeah, I mean,
Our language
when
is
when you're
beautiful
smoking a
though, bro.
cigarette, when you're smoking a cigarette and a cigar, okay, you're not holding on it like this and putting it like this. Okay, you're holding on it like this. Okay, I haven't seen any blowjob givers who does it like this.
In the Asian market, they do.
He knows. He has first-hand experience.
Okay, nobody does it like this. Okay, but holding on to it like this and stuck it in your mouth, it just. I don't know what's.
You
the
got to stop going to Phoenicia.
I haven't gone there for the
I'm
longest of
surprised
time.
you don't have an OnlyFans page with all this sexual talk.
Actually,
You
I'm
should
gonna
have an OnlyFans page.
I'm
Good
gonna,
money,
I'm
Stepan.
gonna start sex education classes for
Oh, man,
Armenians.
seriously, open OnlyFans. You'll make good money off of this.
And yet,
Stepan.
if I was gonna make good money, in 4 years I became. If I did everything that people copy, and I did it, I would have been like a billionaire right now, and you won't have the ability to introduce me and talk to me here on the show because I'll be an arrogant.
Would you show up to a fundraiser for us or no?
No,
And write a check for $2 million?
no.
Why? You
What the
expected Nubar to do it.
You expect others to do it, but
Yeah.
if you had the money, you wouldn't do it.
No.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
You're just another
Because I-
Armenian. You're just another
because
Armenian. That's all you
Yeah,
are.
because I became another Armenian.
Fucking.
As
You
he-
know, my friends, they tell me if I become a millionaire, they become millionaire too. Because I won't keep money with me. I give it away.
Can I be friends
All
with
my
you, Stepan?
musicians, that like Armenian musicians who I work with, like traditional folk and everything, they all say, Stepan, tu një vor milionader las, menga idore menga milionader. So that's your answer.
The question is Stepan playing the lottery?
No, I
There you
don't.
go. See, there you go.
No, I
Or
don't.
çe sarnë vons për isha, Stepan Gjan.
Ughegov.
Have you do you vote for even like local mayor, city council at all?
Yeah.
Or- yeah.
Yeah.
What are you voting for this year?
Myself. I'm gonna go on like you
Other?
can other
Other?
write in. I'm gonna put
Yeah.
my name.
Did you see the guest we had a couple of weeks ago?
No. Who?
We had Elena Satariana.
Oh, I heard there was a major issue
There was
about
no issue.
homosexuality and the Glendale Unified School
Stepan, I
District.
wasn't here, bro. I
So
don't know.
listen to this. I don't know if I told you guys this. So her excuse is this. Her excuse is my microphone shut off before I said what I was supposed to say. Clearly, Ed listened to the show. Armand and I were live on the show. She basically compared the gay pride parade
Mhm.
to our people marching for Artsakh. And when I asked her, I said, I can't believe you just compared the trans community
To the war.
to the war in Artsakh. She said, that's not what I meant.
Hmm.
And her excuse was, oh, my mic was shut off when I said what I said.
If
So
we, if we don't,
what was the question initially? It was about what?
No, she basically dug herself into her own hole.
Because I think in Glendale right now there's an issue of transgender education for the 8-year-olds.
for kindergarten to
Yeah.
sixth grade.
I mean, I have spoke about this thing on my show, and I said at age 13, 12, 13, when a child is feeling,
Goes through puberty.
yeah, so that's when you need to educate children about sexual behavior.
But at the house. In the house.
No, at school.
No.
What do
I
you
learned in
mean?
seventh
But did you
grade.
not learn it in
seventh grade?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even wait.
What's
But
seventh
what
grade?
happened in seventh grade?
13, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but what
Yeah.
happened? Didn't your parents have to sign a piece of paper for you to
Not in
take
seventh
part?
grade.
I believe
Yes.
so. I
Okay.
believe
Yes,
so.
you
yeah.
had
You
to.
know-
have
No.
it signed.
You know, wait.
You signed
There
the
was
paper.
a consent.
No,
Wait.
consent form
You
was signed at home. I promise
wait.
you.
You
Okay.
signed a paper to watch a video of a woman giving birth to a child.
No.
I don't even know if I
Okay.
could even
See,
say that anymore.
all
today's
this
age.
issue could have been resolved when Armenian parents spoke to their daughters and sons about the sexual behavior at age 11 or 12, and not what.
Well, now you got to speak to them at 3 because at 5 they're going to get taught in school. So you got to start at 3. at
I
home.
don't see. I don't have any child at school to know about the age thing, but I don't think that at age 8 or 7 it is the right time to talk about anything.
Have you? There's
But at like 10, 11, I have encouraged on my show saying that as a parent, as
It's
a
your
mother,
duty.
as a mother, you need to talk, and as a father, you need to talk instead of being ashamed, because sexual behavior is the most important thing on this planet. It is where life starts.
It's nature.
And you choose to give life or just to enjoy it and not give life. And there's nothing amot, because if your God has created your dick and your pussy, okay, that means that he wanted you to enjoy it. Now, educating,
Put it to use.
yeah, educating it. There are people who are asexual, women and men. There are people who are addicted to sex. Okay, it is their right.
Nobody's saying that. What we're for example, there's a book right now. It's being banned in all over the states. It's called Gender Queer. Okay, it's a children's book,
Okay.
and I found some images on Google of, I mean, this is not a book with those images that you want. Even 7, 8, 9, 10, even
I mean, Armand feels embarrassed looking
yeah,
at it.
even a
No,
teenager I
see,
wouldn't want looking
okay,
at these
that
images.
bad, huh?
Okay. See, here's
Yeah.
the situation. Wait. Here's the sex is different than choice of what you want to be as a prefer as a sex yourself. I mean, being gay is your right to be gay, but I'm all about educating kids about sexual behavior. I am not talking about educating them. You know what? You might like a boy to screw with him at age 8 or 9, okay? And here's what we're teaching you. Or, you know, you have feelings towards somebody, talk at age 8. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about kids nowadays. They need to be educated in sexual behavior. And the normal sexual behavior is a
He's
man.
talking about sex ed, basically. You're
Yeah.
talking about sexual education.
Which,
Exactly.
which
is
started in junior high for us.
Junior high school, you went through it. And
Then
again,
high school,
and then high
adolescent-
school,
adolescent
health,
skills.
and in health.
Okay, my point is, before you get to junior high, your parents have to talk to you about those things. Okay? Because junior high, how old are you?
13.
13. Okay, before you enter and Odar tells you what it is, okay, you need to be in open dialogue with your kids.
Well,
because
that's what we're trying to avoid. We're trying to avoid that dialogue that the Odar might have with our children. Our child
Okay.
doesn't need to have that conversation with anybody else besides themselves until it gets to obviously
Well,
education.
age 13 is a good age
Yeah,
for a
see,
kid
for
to
our-
listen from a professional, because Armenians don't know what sex is.
Well, Stepan,
For Armenians, it's like open your legs, I put it in there. No, it doesn't. Sex is not that.
Միատ բացատրի
Nay,
դրանք ոնց
Stepan,
է։
You take my classes.
yeah,
I
nah,
need to make money.
Stepan, for our generation,
Yeah.
it's a very difficult conversation to have with your parent. Why? Because we came from communist Russia to America. We're living in a new country. Our parents, well, our most actually it was our fathers working 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. even later, and mom is raising you, and you know that conversation.
And
to
then you
come
have a
up-
hard on at age 12,
Yeah,
and then you can tell
Yeah,
your
but
mom.
when we were growing up, our sexual stimulation was the Sears magazine, or you had an old video cassette tape.
whatever it was, but it
over
was
Jean-Claude Van Damme's movie you
yeah.
recorded.
But as far Spice Channel,
With the lines.
but see, for us, it was having that conversation with our parents. For me, 100% personally, it was an uncomfortable conversation. I wouldn't be able to have it with either my father or my mother. But in school, they taught it to you, and like, you know, if you're a logical kid and you pay attention in class, you'll see, okay, this is a penis, this is a vagina. There's two
This
sexes.
goes in this.
Yeah, male, female. That's it. Now, like for example, with my kids, I will feel comfortable talking about it. Why? Because I went through it in my school, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
I'll prep them for it.
See, evolution of human.
Yeah, but at the same time, you have to teach your kids what's right and what's wrong. You have to teach them that there's male and female. There is no binary bullshit. All this.
Okay. But if your kid grows up and starts thinking of their own, and they say, you know what, I'm gay, you have to be okay with them too.
well, you have to.
That's
I
a
mean,
conversation.
Well, let's discuss it.
No, listen. I'm
I'm
saying
gay because why? Because my teacher.
no. I'm
told me
saying
to
when they
think
grew
about it and-
when they grew up and they started making their own decision, then you as a parent, you have to be supportive of them. And I know lots of gay individuals who their parents haven't been supported. They threw them out of their houses. They didn't talk to them and such on. Those years have gone by. I'm not talking about when you're 8 years old. I'm talking you're 18, 19, 20, 21, and you say, you know what? I'm not getting pleasure from my opposite.
Yeah.
And I feel that this is
But
what I
I'll
want.
tell you this much, Stepan. Seeing, again, there's no. Everybody understand this. As far as the WiseNuts are concerned, we have nothing against the gay community at all, at all.
We're talking about education at
Yes.
age 8.
So for us, it's let me put it to you this way. I will guarantee you, you take a look at a child from the age of 7 to 12. There's certain things that you'll see that child acts a certain way. You'll know right away if they're gay or not.
Okay.
You'll see it from a mile away, and I'm hoping
Maybe not a mile, but
hopefully closer. But I hope that whoever the parent is can see it and can can have an open conversation with that child.
Definitely.
Well, but according to Ellen, that's between you and your doctor. It has nothing to do with.
Ellen is full of shit, bro. Ellen has no idea what the fuck she's talking about.
Yeah, she
Between you
does.
and
She's
your
running
doctor
for
for
city
what?
council.
Well, that's what she said.
buddy,
Between you and your
when you
doctor?
think Ellen is full of shit, you're gonna have Ellen in power in the city of Glendale.
God forbid.
She is going to win because stupidity wins today.
God forbid. But no, Armunda basically, when we asked her, we said, how many genders are there? She said, I'm not afraid of what you want to be, and that's something between you and your
Okay.
doctor.
The way I look at it is there are two genders, male and female.
That's it. Stop.
And there are preferences of who I would like to fuck.
That's it.
As simple as
It's
that.
a sexual
Very well
preference.
explained.
Exactly.
Simple explanation, right?
Yeah.
Then how the hell do you want to open a new Facebook account? You have 74 different sexes to choose from. How the hell does that
I
make
choose
sense?
all of them.
See, the problem is a lot of people don't understand as far as like the whole sexual. There's people that are sexually attracted to Latinas. They're sexually attracted
I'm-
to African Americans.
I
They're
am sexually attracted to Armenian women.
there. See,
That's
that's it.
I'm attracted to Armenian women. That's it. I love
Have
Armenian.
you have you ever tried any other
No.
race?
Probably one or two.
How about any other gender?
No.
No.
Because I love that. Marmina, Papuchuna, Glorutuna.
He's a real man right here.
Okay? That turns me on.
Yeah.
Men,
Oh,
men
jeez.
don't turn me on. So,
Oh man.
Well, now I'm a
So-
little disappointed that.
but see again.
Ellen
my-
owns a think tank? Someone commented?
What?
Ellen owns a think tank? What?
No, she has a PR firm that does political campaigns and things.
PR firm. Huh?
Well, she does political
It
consulting.
is what it is. I hope you're not voting
Andra,
for her.
we take
Huh?
this.
I hope you're not voting for her.
I'm not voting to anybody. I said I'm going to fill in my name.
Put Arno Ferdian.
Some of the
Andra, we
see,
take this topic very seriously, but we joke about certain areas of it. But one of the reasons why we bring it up so much is because of the fact that
The younger generation
you know
is getting...
the younger generation, honestly, and obviously, is getting groomed and
Brainwashed.
brainwashed, and even though everybody's aware,
Okay, so the counter for that is you do the same thing and you educate that child about.
no,
how-
as much as you can do that,
Yeah.
it's the parent's responsibility. I understand, but when your child is in school 8, 9, 10 hours a day,
Mm-hmm.
they tend to have more influence than you at that point. You have more influence between the ages of when they're born
But-
until they're 6.
But when you are your child's best friend, they don't
It's-
have influence.
No, they can still have influence, but the point is, as a parent, you have to be involved. What I don't understand is when you see these board meetings on Tuesday nights, they have it at Glendale.
Mm-hmm.
There aren't very many parents there,
No, dude.
you know,
Yeah.
and it's like everybody's expecting somebody else to do something
But then
about it.
If
Yeah,
you-
they make the
if you're
Facebook
gonna say
pages and they
that-
basically chant on the Facebook pages that this is wrong, this is
Wait,
wrong,
guys.
this is
But
wrong.
they won't go to the.
You have 2,000 members on that board, on that Facebook page. Why the fuck are not all 2,000 of you at that board
But
meeting?
now we need to mention the Armenian moms are actually there representing their kids, where you only have 40% Armenians in Glendale, right? Population-wise, 40% of our Glendale is Armenians. Yet when you look at those meetings, 80% of them are Armenian moms who are there to protect their children.
Okay, now the beauty of this country is.
And the ones that can have kids or don't have kids because no one would
Okay.
marry their stupid ass want to raise my kids?
Okay, nice. Listen, the beauty of this country is the political power is the people. You go to elections. I spoke about this thing. We had 25,000 registered voters to vote to city of council candidates. Okay, elections are 11,000, 10,000 people. You get elected to office. 6,000 votes you can elect to office in Glendale. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what we like to do is we like to talk about it, but don't go and vote against it or for it. Okay. And this comes from lack of education as far as you come from Russia, you come from Ayastan, you come from Lebanon, you know that politics is corrupted over there. Here, you have 25,000 votes, you have 5,000 votes, you can swing the election to any which way you want. And that's why you see the far right of the Christian faith has its own implementation in any election. You have the liberals in there. So you need to get involved. And instead of electing somebody to school board and then later on go and fight them, why are you doing this? Okay, you need to have the power of say, we are 5,000 mothers and fathers in Glendale, and we don't like, you go and ask the candidate, what is your position on this thing? Okay, they express it because they're not going to, if they lie over there and then change their mind, then you can go and ask for re-election.
Well, we've asked one of the candidates, Sean Sahakian, multiple times, and I'm texting him now. He doesn't even respond to my text messages anymore. And I asked him, I said, listen, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. I get it. Yeah, you're sitting at the top of the quote unquote the food chain as far as politically. There's certain questions where they ask you, and you guys sit there and you put a timer for 2 minutes, and then as soon as the 2 minutes is up, you push a button and you turn their mic off. Okay, I get it. Now
They
come
have
and sit
owners.
with us and have a discussion as to
What you do is you go with 100 people. Each one has 2 minutes. You prepare your text. I go read the first paragraph.
I don't think they allow. There's a certain number.
there's a certain
people
number
now.
of people.
No, because
that
of
Okay,
COVID,
you're-
you're not
okay.
allowed more than 7-8 people in that place.
Okay,
right
you
now.
go 7 people. You have that's 14 minutes, and you make your point. You don't need to talk for hours. My
No.
point is, you have the right of voting, and you can be smart and how to manipulate that thing towards whatever. you
Stepan
want
Can,
to be
it's
done.
become a circus. Last week at the city council meeting, you had a guy or a female or a male, whoever it was, dressed up in a blow-up unicorn outfit, like a Halloween outfit. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
In Glendale.
In
this is.
Glendale, this is. I mean, the fact that you
It's
have.
his right to do it.
I understand it's his right, but the fact that this is supposed to be a very professional and city environment, you're allowing somebody dressed up in a Halloween costume.
If I go naked, just with underwear or
Oh, see,
shorts.
there you go.
Close to the mic.
If I go naked with just wearing a short,
You
Oh,
might
no,
turn
no.
on a
Topless.
couple.
No
of
shirts, no
weirdos.
shirt, no service.
Look, I think part of the here's the issue.
then it should say on the door that this chamber, you have all the rights to come and take your 3 minutes, but you need to be dressed up in this code. See,
Look,
you can
I
implement.
don't I don't think that meeting is they could give a flying what people
You
have
can
to
just
say.
go and say. and
What
leave.
you have to understand is, which again I personally don't understand, and we probably that's why we've tried to get the chance of the community on now. But if anybody out there that can come on the show or send us information as far as how does the actual public school system work, because I know it's changed over the years. Before there was a certain number of a budget per student per year, but now even if you pull your kids out of school, from what I've heard, the school still gets funded. So if you understand how you can affect the school financially, then your voice will be heard. Because even if 100 students, which is not a big deal, right?
Well,
Even if
Not at all.
even if 100 parents decided, you know what, my kids are not going to go to school for the next month. I'm going to tap into my savings. I'm going to use my paid time off, my vacation days, whatever. I'm going to pull my kid out of school, because I know it's not easy. A lot of parents need to work. Pull them out of school, and if assuming, let's say, the 15, 20,000 a year is still going to be
funded to them.
then they'll want to listen to you. But if you get 7, 10, 15 people, thousands of people actually have to show up there in order for them for the
To
cost
make an
to get
impact,
to get
to
the
make some
attention
sort
it
of
needs.
impact.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
You wanna make
That's
an impact.
the challenge.
So
that
basically, there is a way to affect. So you need to find out what is the way and implement it to whatever case, whatever reason. Their mathematics is very low. We don't
Right.
want to do this thing. Then, see, that's why you can create those power voters. That's going to change so many things.
See, I've mentioned
This
this
is the
before.
superintendent of Glendale Unified School.
Who is it? Let me see.
This is who is the superintendent. Assistant superintendent, Dr. Kelly King. Fuck you.
See, I've seriously,
Why is he mad?
She's a piece of shit, is why.
I'll show you a video after the podcast. You'll see why. I've mentioned this before. Did I mention this last week? Where as far as being able to vote, I don't remember where it was. I think it was on the show or somewhere else. I said, as a resident of Glendale, can I vote in Burbank?
No.
As somebody who's not a citizen of the United States, can I vote in the United States?
No.
You know what I've thought?
Well,
and people might
if
say
you-
it's
if you-
discrimination.
If you're voting for Biden, you can, yeah.
Depends who you're voting
Okay,
for. at
Depends
this
who you're
let's
point.
voting for.
backtrack. If I'm a resident of Burbank, can I vote in the city of Glendale?
It's based on
Based on wherever
your
you-
registration.
If you're
registration,
not
right?
a citizen, you
So-
may. If you are a citizen,
So
then you can't.
So technically, Armand can't vote in the city of Glendale because he lives in Burbank, correct?
Okay.
Why not have that same mentality or that same concept implemented with the school district? If you don't have kids, you cannot vote for school district. Why should
Well-
somebody who does not have kids vote for
Because that individual who lives in
They're paying
Glendale
taxes
is
just
paying
like you
taxes
are.
and going to the school too. See, the lack of education on how things work. So our organizations need to come up with
What organization? Which one?
The church, the political party, the Mishaguitayan Gazmagerbuchuns, the Marzagan Gazmagerbuchuns, all the educating Armenians how you can live in Glendale, how you can live in Burbank, what are your rights and what are your not. Don't bring me your kid and pay $800 a month for me to teach your kid how to dance and how to play soccer. Or be a scout.
Stepan, I don't think anybody's been involved for as long as you have in the community, right? You've been involved you came here in 81 and you got involved when? Like a few years into it?
83. There's videos of him at GCC at 83.
83.
Okay, so 40 years you've been involved in the community. So now you mentioned, church, organizations, whatever you want to call it. But have you been able to sit down with any of these organizations and get them to actually come together and do something?
I don't believe in their work.
So then what do you expect? How can you make that suggestion?
Okay, because they have members. On my show, I have spoken about so much elections and so many things, okay? You guys remember when electricity prices went up in Glendale? Zare Sinanyan was on that. He was the mayor of the, okay?
Irony at its finest.
And it was everybody marched in Glendale against, including Zare, against 50 cent or 100 cent or inch pound tram raise in the electricity, okay, in Armenia. And then the same week or the second week, he voted for electricity hikes in Glendale. See, that's how stupid our race is right now.
He's absolutely right.
We need to educate them. We need, see, Orinagamar, everybody's proud of the church in their community. Okay? What does the church do? On Sundays, you go and pray. And then you stick to your home because there's a wedding and there's a, because we need to make money.
Oh, and if you pass your 1 hour, you must pay an extra $1,800 for the hour.
Now,
after the hour.
Will the church come up and say, we live in city of Glendale. Okay, Glendale has its rules and regulation how to elect person to office with an issues. Let's educate our vochkars. I'm not saying educate everybody, because every church has its own vochkars. Immediate. Let's because we don't believe in equality. Church doesn't believe in equality. It's only our members. Mm-hmm. Let's educate them, and we become a major power in deciding on what's going to happen during the elections. We don't do that. Okay?
That's by design as well.
Okay, so bottom line is this. The vochkars are left without a hoviv, okay? And everybody can do anything they want because you are given freedom in this country, and freedom for an educated person is a gift, and freedom for an uneducated person is tragedy. Armenians are uneducated people. If you're the greatest doctor on the planet, you could be the dummiest human being living in Glendale because you don't know what Glendale and what are the rules in Glendale or in Burbank or in Northridge or in Los Angeles. There are lots of elections happening this year. Do you think the so proud Armenians who are the first Christian nation on April 24th, we do 160,000 people walk marches. Do they know what's going on in the city of Glendale? Do they know what's going on in the city of LA? Do they know what's going on in the city of
The only
Burbank?
thing they know is what Varesh talks about on TV. That's it.
Okay. So then Varesh is making an effect on them and he's getting elected.
He's
Exactly.
not. Are you serious? Varesh has an effect on people?
Well, how did he
got
get?
He gets 3 views.
How did he get
The
elected?
whole
No,
goddamn
no. Are you
week he's
kidding
got
me?
3 views.
Listen, at this point, I'm sorry to say, I voted, and I put him on the ballot.
I saw you vote for
I
him.
voted for Vidic.
What?
Yeah.
I had to.
So
Because
now-
you decided to choose the
No,
lesser.
You want his
No.
endorsement
No.
when you run? Is
No.
that why, or-
There's some. I'll tell you later.
Okay. So now the issue
No,
is,
I want to know.
Okay, wait. Now the issue is this. We don't make an effort to educate our people on way of living in the United States of America or the way of living in Southern California. Okay? We just keep it astuto gamkin. We pray, and praying and cursing is the cheapest thing on the planet. Highway uzaya chap, you don't pay anything. Agoti uzaya chap, you don't pay anything. Unless you go to church, then you have to buy a candle. Because without candle, if you pray, God doesn't listen to you.
No?
He needs the light. He needs the light.
You're getting closer.
Exactly. So
The more you pay,
now,
the closer
would,
you get.
would
Steph.
we accept the fact that we are backwarded people in Glendale today?
Yes.
We will accept it, but not the majority.
No,
Not
definitely.
ANC, not the Armenian Assembly. Okay, they're just gonna go and stay next to the candidate, and they're gonna have a meeting, and then at the end of the day, they're gonna say, "We are endorsing Arno against Pan." What was
Armand.
Armand. I
Hopart.
forgot name.
Hopart.
Okay, why? Because
Next time you forget my name, this is the last time you have a show.
I'm so bad with names. I mean, everybody knows that. I'm so bad with names. Sometimes I don't remember my own name either.
You used to be Stiop, now he's
Stiop,
Stepan.
yeah, exactly.
Steven.
So, a solution for all this thing is not to go and yell at the city council meeting or the Glendale school district thing. The solution is be prepared for it ahead of time. Now, who's prepared? Who gets prepared? Whoever is sending a kid. Now, I don't have a kid in school district in Glendale. I don't give a shit.
But you should.
If you're concerned about the future of Armenians, you should care.
You should.
Okay, but I don't.
Because
How are you going to force me to become?
You're paying taxes in Glendale if you live in Glendale.
No, I don't live in
because
Glendale.
look,
You
these
don't live-
these kids. Look,
I used to live in Glendale.
Here's the problem.
Now I can't afford Glendale.
When you have these children being groomed from a young age, eventually they're going to become some of them will become politicians, right? They're going to have influence over the local city, county, state, nation. So do we want the direction, not just locally, it's not just about
Yeah.
Glendale, the direction of our future heading more towards the left or staying centered or heading towards the right? Where do we want it to be? That's what you have to think about. It's not
We
just about
As Armenians, we want to be who's giving us Section 8, who's giving us federal aid, who's giving us stamps, who's giving us whatever. We see, the minute we become citizens, our first priority is what is the benefit of becoming a citizen? What can we get from the government? Now, when you become a citizen, you're given the right to vote. We don't educate ourselves because I don't Stepan TV'in verayim birisi vor kana partogomyosin endre. I'll go and vote because Stepan is. I'm just giving my name because
Right.
you give somebody else's name, they get pissed off. That's how Armenians have short filtered brains. So when you become a citizen, you need to use the major power that you have, which is the ability to vote. And to be able to vote, you need to educate yourself about the system. But what we know is a citizen եղա գտնամ welfare ուզել, չաշխատել, citizen եղա գտնամ unemployment-ի չեմ գերին չնել, citizen եղա գտնամ disability թիմել, citizen եղա գտնամ section 8 թիմել.
Stepan, at the government, Stepan Janai, we like to sometimes both of us, we get to the level where we need to understand why are we turning this on our people? This government is set up for that.
Because this
Okay, it's set up for that.
I know, but see this
We take less advantage than other people. Yet you and I will sit here and talk shit about our own.
but our issues are about
There is
Armenians.
specific-
It's not
yes,
about the
of
Glendale
course.
Mexicans or African
No, I get
Americans.
you. But let's talk about some of the good parts of our community. We've been, 3 hours now. We've talked about the politics in Armenia, and we both know there's issues, right?
Yeah.
The politics here, we know are bad portions. But if someone's taking advantage of the system, it's the system that's crooked.
I'm not saying taking. I'm going to be 62 in 2 years.
What are you going to do?
That's my legal right.
To take early retirement?
After 44 years, become a senior citizen and benefit from my whatever it is.
Wait, 62?
I have worked.
I don't know how this system works. I never plan on
I've been
receiving
working.
it.
I've been-
Armand, tell us how this works. Bro.
I've been working in the United States for 4 years.
Yes, so that's what I'm trying to tell you.
But
What
I'm not
happens
gonna-
at 62?
I'm not gonna go and say, see, right now I can apply for disability, and I
Yes.
have so many things to prove.
Of
And
course.
so many of my friends say, "What?" I was 36 when I had open heart surgery, 4 bypasses. Since then, my blood pressure and everything. I can have a handicap plaque on my car. I can benefit from disability. I can benefit from everything. I haven't done it, but at 62, when I become senior citizen, because at 62 is when you become senior citizen.
Really?
Right now, I can get some benefits from
Isn't it
senior-
65? I really don't know.
62,
I'm
you
just
can
asking.
start. 62, you can start.
you can get a head start. There's a head start program.
Head Start program. Okay, so my point is,
Low
what-
income letting
it's not taking advantage. It is my right of doing
Of
those
course,
things.
and the same thing with
Now-
all those programs.
Now, see, I choose what to do. But my point is, when you become a United States citizen, the most important educational part is for you is to know what to vote for. Okay, we stay as dumb asses as we are. We don't educate ourselves about, because I know about the voting process and I utilize it.
But it's not just us; it's everybody.
But
Like,
we're not here to talk about
No.
other people. We're here about, my concern is to talk about Armenians. Okay? Now, you're going to ask me about other people in the U.S. I have no knowledge about them. And I don't care. Because they have their own Stepan Partamian who's fighting for their rights. On our side, we don't have enough Stepan Partamians to awaken our sleeping people. Okay? Harsanik Gunung, Tram Nedil Harsim Varam because she's a whore. Okay? Երեխային գնքես երկու տարեկանին քանի ու չի գիտեր ասված ինչ է խապես. Okay? Those things are concern me. Now, the Mexicans do the same thing. At least the Mexicans are much gentle in how they give the money. They don't throw it on. They just go and give it to them. Or they wrap the
Hand it around.
Hand it to them. Martkain Panga. It's mink. We are so proud by throwing that thing. By the way, have you guys seen that gun that throws money?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good invention, by the way. It wasn't me.
Is it in the invention book? The new one coming out?
No. Okay, so my point is this. As much as we try to present ourselves as this Zarkatsat Jovavurt, we are not. We need to... I'm not saying that Lipana High needs to get educated in elections in Glendale if he doesn't live in Glendale. Okay, when you are in Glendale, you are Lipana High came. I'm using the Lipana High because Hayastansis are so mad at me when I say Hayastansis. When you come from Lebanon, you become America High. Okay, you forgot about your Lipana High. When you come from Armenia, you become an America High. You're not a Hayastansi. Okay, but the demise of our people and the assimilation is because we insist on where are we from, and we start fighting amongst each other about my country is better than your country, and my country is Lebanon and your country is Armenia. Okay, but they don't know that America is much better than Lebanon and much better than Armenia. So it's going to take another few generations for us to assimilate totally, because there is no more things left. There's one more coming from Armenia. Once we become either Armenistan or Ruski para-Ruski, they will have another influx of major Armenians coming to the US. And after that, the evolution of one world order, somebody's going to say, we were the first to assimilate it in the one world order. And then we'll have a celebration on how Armenians became the first.
Well, the good thing is this video will be on YouTube, so they can go back and watch it 50
Exactly.
years
It'll
from
be on
now.
YouTube?
Exactly. It will. Yeah, at that
They
time.
can go back. and
Actually,
watch
at
it. It
that
will
time.
be on
Hopefully that
Spotify or
hopefully that
something.
one world order doesn't screw it up.
No, there'll be, by that time, there'll be hologram,
Hologram.
Holograms, yeah.
holograms of Stepan Partamian.
Lala Chasatir, they'll put your head in a pickle jar with a
Yeah.
robotic.
Yeah.
Stepan, I have a question. We don't really ask this to a lot of guests, but what do you think Armenians are going to say about Stepan Partamian 50 years from today? Just 50 years.
Or Abushi Marta, or Shidak Panerga Khoser. Or they're just going to forget, because every...
Do you think you've left a mark in our
Oh,
community
yeah,
where they'll
definitely,
remember you in
definitely, yeah.
50 years?
Yeah, they're
or
gonna
not?
remember. They're gonna remember Forest Lawn. They're gonna remember I told that lady to go to her bed and get fucked by her husband.
Or the guy
Then-
that you sent to the forest lawn, there's nothing
Yeah.
to find.
So that's that they're gonna remember those, but they're not gonna remember. Stepan Partamian said, "Bring an Armenian kid and ask him to present an Armenian book without any foreign languages in it, and give him $1,000." They're not gonna remember that.
They won't remember the good. They'll remember the bad.
Yeah. So they're gonna say, Adgan Geller. No, I think Adgan goes on the WiseNuts TV show, and Inka said Sav fuck you. Exactly. That's what they're gonna
word?
remember.
Well, 50 years from now, it'll either be in Mandarin or Cantonese. So pick a
But then
language.
Don't
and-
forget, in 50 years from now, fuck you might be the replacement
Yeah.
for good morning.
do you want to end the show with the pizza story or no?
No, actually, I'm gonna say
Let's
something.
bring up another
let's
thing.
go a positive thing. Okay.
You have
For-
something positive to say?
Yeah.
Yes.
For 40
Shit.
years,
Wow.
Let me turn the volume up.
for 40 years, I've been doing Armenian cultural events that Armenians don't like,
Mm-hmm.
which been given high credits by non-Armenians for it being uniquely Armenian. And I have lost my shirt on all those things. In the last 4 years, another concept of taking the Armenian to non-Armenian venues, and I did the Kini Fest. And I'm just telling you right now that I'm almost at 1,000 tickets at Kini Fest.
Oh yes, Guinea
And
Fest.
hopefully by a couple days, I'll announce that it's sold out. Except, since I'm a high, I'm not going to say high astansi lipanansi, I'm a high. Anybody who donates to Knowledge Trucks Fund, $300, will have couple tickets to enter Kini Fest.
Oh, there you go.
Otherwise, in couple days, will be sold out. Because I can go up to 1,500 people to 2,000 people. Because
Maximum.
I have
Lot of room.
1,000. I don't want to like crowd. I just
Yeah.
people want to come and fun. But in November 6th, I'm doing the International Kini Fest, which will have the Armenia Pavilion, which will have the French Pavilion, the Georgian, the Israeli, the Lebanese. So my business is very good.
There you go.
Okay. So
Festivalin business-ին մեջ են մնաս։
ուրեմն եւ որ խմել եւ ուդել գա հայերը տրամ գծախսեն, and it's interesting that because of them non-Armenians are attending it too.
So Guinea Fest is May.
May 22nd, I'm
Uh-huh.
almost sold out. I'm already at 900 some.
How
40
can people
tickets.
get tickets?
It's myseat.com.
It's myseat.com.
And it is $100, from which $20 goes to the educational tuitions, the university. So most likely on May 23rd, I'll announce that I'm donating $20,000
Beautiful.
to that cause, and I need to raise another $30,000 because
20% would be more than that. If you're selling 1,000 tickets at $100.
100,000 22 22,000 է, արա։
Oh,
Ստեփանը
sorry.
ժամանակին
Yeah,
մատի
20%,
դասեր էր
yeah.
տալի։
Այո, ապա ես ինչեր էի անում, գիտես։
Չսխալ ես հաշվարկել,
Բեյրութում
ինքը։
ինքս
Hold on.
mathematician է։
Spasing. Ima
Spasing.
daha önce de mikrofonu.
Ասա, ապա, ասա։
Սխալ ես հաշվարկել, կյանք։
Also, okay, so bottom line is this. At this age of my time, I have two major events. One is Kini Fest, Armenian Wine and Spirits, which will benefit Knowledge Truck, which is going to spend publication of books, public tuition payment, and Zimbori aid. And then
And that's new this year. The soldier.
the soul, yeah, I'm taking it easy. It's not like it doesn't work like that. I'm paying for two. I have another 3, 4. I'm gonna go see them, interview them, and then I'll connect people to each other,
Okay.
and I'll tell them how to do it. It's not gonna be like I need money to help Armenian soldiers. Fuck the money and fuck the Armenian soldier. That's how show off beginning. Now people they're gonna misunderstand me, and then they're gonna take this quote and
Yes,
cut it.
don't cut the pieces out of this.
Let them cut. I don't give a shit. And Kini Fest International will be for me to spend lots of money on Armenian women only.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
There you go.
So that's the positive. There you go. So that's the positive thing that I would like to end. And again, it is my selfishness. It's about me, not about others. Paris, Luis.
We'll post information about Guinea Fest on the body of the on the YouTube and the Facebook, and then on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio. We'll post information about that.
Probably by the time you post that thing, I'll post that it's sold
tomorrow.
out.
Hopefully not. Well, are the three of us invited again this year?
Not him.
What's my name?
I don't give a shit. Okay. The more he says Armenia Fund, where's the money? Where's my money? He's not invited.
You know, everybody on that's watching right now actually agrees with that.
They all want to know where the hell is the damn money.
Everybody
Okay,
that
that's-
donated agrees with that.
How about episode 5?
We can do it. I
Yeah,
can talk
so
about
your
yeah.
fifth appearance will dive into the financials of Armenia
See,
Fund.
the unfortunate part is Armenians only talk when they see money. And now all those people are talking about where's Armenia Fund's money. It's in front of them. You see what they're spending it on, but they don't want to see it because they're already pre-programmed. Because we Armenians love to destroy each other. When there's something successfully happening, you need to destroy it. So that merki mech menastun. When you have 300 families from Hadrut and Shushi have apartments in Stepanagert right now, where that money came from. It's Armenia Funds money. When you have buildings being built in Gyumri, when you have other projects hospitals being renovated, and all those things, they only care about in morakroches horakroche dagam vor baderazmin knaz goshik chuner. Kaniwer was not part of the army. He was a volunteer that Nigol makes sure that all those kids will die. That's another topic. We'll talk another time. Paris, Luis. I'm gonna come more often for this thing.
We'll get you one for your birthday so you can play with it.
Stepan, when's your birthday?
September 16th, I'm gonna be 60. I'm thinking of
60.
You should throw a big bash.
Big bash.
yeah, $250. It's gonna be it's gonna be a fundraiser for Knowledge Truck Inc. You guys remember the three Armenians?
We're right here.
We
No,
are
no,
the three
no, no,
Armenians,
no, no.
bro.
What are you talking about, Stepan?
The three Armenians back in 2000 when there was a concert at Fort Amphitheater, Gagik Badalyan, Armen Morsesyan, and Hovannes Badalyan, when they were only 19 years old.
Okay.
Oh shit.
And I had a 28-piece orchestra performing Armenian melodies, and I lost my shirt of $15,000 that day. So 20 years later, it's the three
gonna do it again.
The three
You're gonna have
Armenian.
them back.
Yeah, it's a concert. I'm not selling tickets. It's invitation only. I'm looking for a venue that's like 300 people, and you have to pay $500, husband and wife, to come to enjoy nice dinner. Not dinner like sit down, geragur khoz mospan, buffet bespamma. Yevatke do 28-piece or 30-piece orchestra, and an hour and a half continuous songs.
Armenian melody.
Armenian songs from Jor Tagan, Estradain, Ashuhagan, and
Very nice.
everything. So very, very classy, and that will be a celebration of my 60th birthday. And I'm
Wow.
gonna make money to
Are we
pay.
going to be invited to that one?
You pay $500, you come, you and your
Oh,
wife.
cool.
Shit,
we
we
can-
used to get everything for free. Now everyone's just digging.
Ama Hayastan
We pay you to come here. We have to pay for your
Exactly.
birthday. We have to pay for Guinea
I've
Fest.
taken part of everything you've done,
Yeah.
all the fundraisers, and
Yeah.
I'm ready to do it again.
Greg was
Thank you.
asking earlier if you have a celebrity crush.
Yeah, he wants to
Yourself?
bone Siru show. He wants the bone Siru show. Is she available?
No,
Oh,
nothing like
jeez.
that. Nothing like that.
That's
no.
not very
No.
nice.
I don't give a shit what people think.
Nothing
it
like
is.
that. No, I don't have any celebrity crush, and I don't believe in anything. I just live life the way it is. Live life the way it is, and I'm just a human being, just like any other person.
There you go.
And I don't see somebody. Haman առաջին անգամ դեսա իրեն սիվդս անուշիկ աղջիկ տեսնեմ նեհա.
Kim Kardashian ոնց հա?
Չէ, no.
Չէ?
I don't like big asses. I don't like fake. I like very
Natural.
natural. Any woman who's natural.
What's your pickup line?
He likes some curvy and thick.
My
He doesn't
pickup
need
line.
a pickup line. He's the
No,
Armenian.
I don't have pickup line. I just, if I feel that she wants to go to bed, I'll just go and tell her I want to go to bed.
No. Like if you see a girl you want to talk to, what's your pickup? Like
I would like to go to bed with you.
just
Just straight up.
Yeah, because that's
It
what I'm
works like
feeling.
that.
See, love does not exist.
There is no.
It-
I'm not
It
talking
is,
about
it
love.
is, it is
They haven't
He's
seen your
talking about
divorce ring.
approach. He's
They
talking
haven't,
about
they
your
haven't seen your
approach.
divorce ring.
approach.
Approach.
Being honest with them. And this is my, okay, here is a line that I use and all my female friends know. The minute I look at your eyes, I am in love with you. The minute I move my eyes to another woman, I look at her eyes and she looks at my eyes, I
you're
am in love with
again.
her.
Wow.
I'm in love with her.
So
So,
you're an eye lover.
so that's the way you enter.
Ah.
And then there are like boobs, legs and things like ամեն ինչը մեկ անգամ են չեմ գնալ.
Դե հիմա մեծ մարդը սովորացնում ենք ջայլ ենք, սովորենք
$1,000 է. And people ask me, how come I have so many girlfriends? Because I'm straightforward with them. I want to fuck them, I tell them I want to fuck you. I want to make love to them, I tell them I want to make love you. I want to
What's
say,
the difference?
oh,
Big
major,
difference.
picture. If I'm going to take
Explain
you,
the difference. He doesn't
No,
know.
no, no,
Ջահել
no,
է.
no. If
Ջահել
I
է
want to go
չի
to
իմանում։
dinner with you,
Yeah.
that's only going to dinner with you. If I'm
And
in
who pays for the dinner?
Tevtramov.
Ով ուտի ով
What-
էտաս։
what-
Ով
And then I take
տարի ով է։
pictures.
I'm in the
of-
wrong business. I need to have a non-profit.
No, it's not, no.
Acknowledge truck.
Or I need to be on the board of Armenia.
Let's go sound.
Oh, jeez.
But, see, but the funny thing is this: all these years had he been like farting. Okay, it didn't pun. What hot she loved here. He's still farting.
Who?
So wait.
Who's farting?
Okay, farting, right? Now, he's being very humble.
Yeah.
Stepan, he's being very humble and very forgiving because he has the right to ask those questions.
Everybody-
I didn't give 200,000. He did.
Okay.
Right?
I
So
haven't
I don't ask
Wait,
that question.
I haven't seen his name on the list of the
No,
200,000.
You probably won't. But the thing is,
I
برو
gave-
یه
I
ساعت
had-
هم نبوش چه مرکرم
I gave 1 million.
I'm sorry. I'm saying
I
it
gave 1
because I've
million.
seen it with my own eyes. I haven't given 200,000.
Well,
I'm not asking you that question.
Okay.
I'll talk
This
about
man
Armenian
deserves
fund
it.
on episode
Okay.
5.
It's the part
He
of.
deserves to ask the
Okay.
question.
Well,
He gave the
well,
money.
we'll
Well,
talk
we,
about-
we showed that thing, Che.
You gotta
It's
leave some
200,000 is
We'll
part
leave
of
it
that
for-
14 million that was spent for the 300.
We'll
five.
leave it for
Round
episode
five.
5.
Round
Episode
five.
5. Stepan, thank you again, my
I'm
brother.
going to be more expensive on the
I
round
saw
five,
it,
okay?
Stepan.
Barab gelirim mega. Armenians need to wake up.
I regret this.
Exactly. Armenians
You
need to
shouldn't
wake up and live today, not what Dikran did 2,000 years ago. We're losing a fucking country right now, and we're talking about what 100 years ago what happened.
Thousands.
100 years ago was another.
Oh,
Talat
that's it.
Pashan per nețuțing. Mamanis câtare Talat Pashan ima. Ternamik lețuțing.
Stepan Can, thank you again for joining us. It's always a pleasure having you on.
It's always
You're
pleasure
best,
because
man.
I'm honest in my expressions, and that's why people watch my show.
We love you. We love you.
why.
Guys,
Thank you,
today's
Stepan.
episode
You're
will
the
be on
best.
Spotify, iTunes, all major platforms tomorrow. YouTube and Facebook is available. Other than that, have a great week. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you at Guinea Fest.
See you at Guinea Fest, I guess.